Okay, here we go. Going into the cutscene. This is a new day. There's a light. Oh man, another Outer Wilds reference, as far as I'm concerned. That is a weird looking shadow on the moon there. Earth is very small, or the moon is very big.
We don't want no fuss and we don't want to hurt you, alright?
Yeah,
Okay.
just want your money, that's all.
And you'll give it to us, won't you, without any fuss?
What? Nice. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Yes. You know what? Yeah. Okay, maybe that might be a bit much, though. Are they just gonna, like, come walking out of it, you know, totally immortal? Okay, did that really happen? Because if it did, well, I tell you, the Fire Witch, they've been really pushing towards it, haven't they? Like, yes, okay, she's the dragon, great. I don't know, dude. What? What is this place? That was not a what. I don't count the what's that are, like, in the dialogue. I know I sometimes do, but this time I'm not. The room is lit, but it's still somehow dark and the atmosphere feels heavy. The way Maya scrolled into the screen there, I don't know if I've ever seen one of these games do that. Nick, what are we doing in a place like this? Did we just wake up here? How should I know? We're just a couple of bakers, but I don't think they brought us here to make bread. That's right, yeah, they did come and get us at the house. Jeez. This is why we don't record all this in one sitting, I tell you. Yikes, is it me or is that guard staring daggers at us right now? Mr. Wright, Maya, Mr. Reed. Oh, Espella. What exactly is going on? Why are your hands so hot? I'm sorry, I was the one who sent for you both. You sent for us? I'm being put on trial. Again. Wow, and I thought Dahlia and Trials and Tribulations was repetitive. No, this is okay though. I don't know, I just don't understand what's going on. I didn't do anything wrong. I couldn't possibly murder anyone. Okay, alright. So, I assume we're talking about the two guys here, but man, if they actually died from that, I beg you, Mr. Wright, please, I need your help just one more time. Like, there had to have been, like, a spell that wouldn't have killed them, or maybe just neutralized them or something. You need my help. What could I possibly do? Espella, I'm just a baker. The only thing I know about law is how not to get on the wrong side of it. Especially in some fake-ass world like we're in right now. Wait, hold on a sec. Espella, what did you just say? You said you needed Nick's help just one more time. Oh, yeah. She remembers. One more time. No, I didn't mean that. I'm not quite sure myself. But when the knights came and took me, a vision suddenly appeared in my mind. It was Mr. Wright. It was this version of you, the real one. You need to come back to him. He was fighting for me, defending me. That brave blue figure, it was clear as day. And he's got a great figure, let me tell you. I was fighting for you? Yeah, you were. God, these rats. What are they doing in this place? I don't know, I guess it is like some medieval castle. No way, that's impossible. I mean, it's like I already said. I'm just a baker. I have a hard enough time rolling dough, let alone defending someone in court. I thought the same thing too at first, but I don't think that's quite true. You and Maya, at some time, somewhere. You helped me. You fought for me as a defender. A defender? Man, and I thought the amnesia in Case 2-1 was bad. We're gonna make a reference to every case in Phoenix Wright by the end of this. What's wrong, Nick? I wish I knew, Maya, but hearing Espella mention a defender, I can't help but feel something deep inside of me just burning at the mention of it. Accused, defender. It is time. Hey, he called me defender. I guess he's right. He's down with it. Head forth? Where are we going exactly? To the courtroom in which today's trial will be taking place. The Chamber of Fire. You know, the Dark Chamber. In Monstro. A fire? Make haste. If you are but a moment late, a guilty verdict will be delivered immediately. Well, what's the point of having a trial if the outcome can be determined by what time somebody shows up there? Oh, Mr. Wright. I'm truly sorry, Mr. Wright. I know this is all so sudden. It's a lost cause, isn't it? No, it's not. Well then. Let's head inside, Espella. Huh? This overwhelming pressure. It feels so familiar somehow. Almost like deja vu. Okay, if I know anything about these games, then whatever we saw with her setting them on fire, it's gonna turn out she didn't really do it, or like somebody did it from off to the side or something. Mr. Wright. Of course, how are we gonna prove that, though, if that's what it is? Maybe they, like, self-combusted or something. I mean, she did drop the lantern, right? So maybe, like... Let's go, Maya. We'll maybe get a better idea once the trial gets underway. We don't really have any witnesses here, you know, aside from her. Alright, let's do it to it, Nick. Let's do it to it. I used to say that all the time in the 80s. I don't usually say it anymore. Usually I start to, and then I stop myself. Because I'm worried it might be cringy.
It's like an oven in here.
It's like a
I
kiln!
will now pronounce the verdict. This court finds the accused guilty of being a witch.
Oh, is that it? Gee, I'm so surprised. Oh god, this could like... Oh boy. Was that Darth Vader's helmet? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
What?
Oh my god.
So this is the witch's court.
Holy shit, dude. Oh my gosh. So how are you feeling, Nick? Oof. Okay, alright, let's just... I'd forgotten what this felt like up until now. Huh? Wearing a business suit. Oh wait, I've been doing that anyway. Why have I been wearing a business suit as a baker anyway? You know, I always wondered about that. The butterflies in my stomach, and tension so thick you could slice it with a knife. All of these feelings. These are all feelings that I'm definitely familiar with. Anyway, alright, I'm a lawyer again, no problem. We're here to fight for Espella and get her out of this place. That's right. Oh, look at this. We're back on the right side of things.
Session for the trial of Espella Cantabella.
Okay, Palpatine.
Defender.
Wait, actually, he does have the judge's beard, though, like the regular judge.
Yes, Your Honor?
Hey, I wonder if we'll get to see Judge Hoser in this game.
Yours is a face I've not seen in any past trials.
Well, of course not. He's me.
But no matter. Start by stating your name, Defender.
Oh, this is Timothy Bishop.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what is my name?
Phoenix Wright. Ace Baker.
A Ace Baker. A baker?
I asked him to come, my lord. I want him to represent me. This court dictates that the accused is free to assign a defender of their choosing, my lord.
Jesus Christ, they already got her in the cage and everything. This is... Wow.
Very well.
Surprised I haven't heard about this, but I mean, I'm glad I hadn't, but...
Trial shall not change.
Guess it will. Otherwise, why am I here?
That aside, I've not yet seen hide nor hair of the Inquisitor assigned to this trial.
The Inquisitor. Oh, we heard about those people.
Inquisitor?
Is it going to be Darklaw?
Right.
Or is it going to be Professor Layton? No, it can't be Professor Layton. He's been running away from them. Oh no.
There.
Oh my god, it's not going to be Edgeworth, dude. Stop thinking.
Should the assigned Inquisitor fail to appear in court, I will have no choice but to dismiss
objection.
all charges.
Oh, no, there's going to be an objection here.
He is an Inquisitor of high caliber. But
He?
does not come forward soon.
Is it the storyteller?
This trial will end, and victory will then be declared in favor of this baker.
In favor of this baker.
Hold it!
Oh no, oh no. Here we go, here we go. Oh my god. Maybe it's somebody we haven't met yet. Why are you wearing all that heavy-ass armor? Oh, we have heard about this guy. The bard of the Jason Statham guy or whatever. Damn, it took that hair long enough to fall. Whoa! Oh man, are we playing Fire Emblem all of a sudden here?
Knights of the
Jeez.
court, I have but one question for you both. Are you prepared to cross swords?
Hell yeah, always.
I, Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum, am indeed prepared to do battle, my lord.
My lord.
Miss Baker?
Yeah.
Sorry, Your Honor, I just didn't realize we could have swords here in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm. Can I bring a
It is
lightsaber?
the way of the court knight. A knight must always ensure that he rides with a blade at his side.
Mm-hmm. He's riding, that's for
Now
sure.
then, state your name, Sir Blue.
How the handle of that sword has got to be getting in his way sometimes. Like, what if he needed to, like... Never mind.
Huh? My name's Phoenix Wright. I'm a baker. How many times will they make me say it?
A baker?
He's like... Yeah.
Nick, quit with the long face. You look miserable.
No need to waste your breath. This trial will be over before you can utter a single objection.
Objection.
For the security of all of Labyrinthia, my blade shall rend your defenses swiftly and without mercy.
Okay. Wow. Oh my god, put another one out of their misery. This trial is pointless. Hand down the verdict already. Put that doughy defender on trial too, I say. Urdi Harda Korain! Oh boy, what's with all this excitement? You'd hardly think this was a courtroom. The crowd doesn't seem very interested in law, that's for sure. It's like they're all just hoping for a guilty verdict. Where have we seen this before? Inquisitor Barnum, you may begin your opening statement. It was I who allowed the defender to be placed in this... As you wish, my lord. First, let us begin by recounting the events leading up to the murder. Is that acceptable, Sir Apprentice Baker? S.A.B.? As you wish, my lord. As you wish. The murder occurred this very evening. Yesterday, there was heavy rainfall in the area. Eventually, it gave way to sunshine. Because of course it did. Which came just in time for today's parade. Although a few hours after the parade ended, the rain set in once more. Good job, rain. That must have been when Espella and the others were at the Great Archive. It continued to rain until just before the incident, which took place on a small path leading to the market. That's right, she was on her way to the market. That's why she never showed up. The accused had been out doing some shopping at the market. She returned home on that very same path. What the fuck? Oh, it's those guys. They look like those two witnesses in Great Ace Attorney, the two that were like... I can't remember what their names were now. And on that forest path, two rogues named Robs and Muggs. Robs and Muggs. Wow, not suspicious at all. Are said to have accosted the accused. One could assume the accused simply acted in self-defense. Yeah, that was kind of my thought, but maybe a bit extreme, but... We need to see what's happening here first. I see, Robs and Muggs. Those two have appeared in court a number of times in the past. And they always got off scot-free, which is why shit like this happens, I suppose. Two rogues, huh? Gonna pull out your sword again? So far, it may appear that the accused was more the victim. However, the situation soon changed. That's right. The accused, Espella Cantabella, knowingly and mercilessly murdered her two assailants. What the fuck, dude? Holy crap. That girl, isn't she? I always knew she looked suspicious. Shh, not so loud. Yikes. There's that weird excitement again. There's that glass of milk again. I believe we now fully grasp what happened. It is getting late already. Let us begin the trial. Inquisitor Barnum, you may now begin. I mean, there's no witness. What are we going to do here? There's no witnesses. As you wish, my lord. The Inquisition will now hear eyewitness testimony. Okay. So there is a witness. Why don't you just ask Grok if this is true? Maybe that'll solve everything. Eyewitness testimony, huh? Looks like this trial is finally getting underway. I can't back down now. I have to fight. So if the two guys are dead, then who? I don't know. Could be anybody. But I'm just a simple bread-making baker living a simple bread-making life. Ugh, this situation is more twisted than a pretzel, and I'm smack in the middle of it. We did meet a lot of people in town, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of them. But I have to do this to save this fella. Okay, let's see if I can untwist this testimony and put this thing to bed. Like, we don't have any evidence or anything yet, so there's gonna be a lot coming up here, I imagine. Oh my god, okay, yeah, I recognize one of them. Allow me to welcome you all. Now, would each of you please state your name and occupation? There's a lot of witnesses. Uh-oh. What's going on? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Did they all witness that? As I already explained, Sir Prentice Baker, this is the eyewitness testimony. So they just, like, watched it happen and didn't try to help her or anything? Yes, I understand that, but there are 4 witnesses. Indeed, this many people inside the courtroom could pose a health and safety issue. You all know about that COVID thing, not to mention the Delta variant, and let's not forget Omicron, there was that one too. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Witness testimonies are supposed to be done one by one, as in one witness at a time. What are you talking about, child? We'd be here all night if we did that. That's right, young man, we have witnessed the very hand of fate reach out to us this evening. Can we hurry this along, perhaps? Yeah, These flowers won't sell themselves, much as my boss wishes they would. Wow. The path to knighthood is an arduous one, but I remain steadfast in my resolve as I travel down this long road. This Long Road by Nickelback. Is that a rubber sword? Okay, reminds me of case 6-2. I shall not falter, I will be victorious. Who cares? Just question them all at once. We already know the girl in the cage did it. Let's get on with it. Yeah, I'll finish this already. I'd like to go back home and get to bed. Well, you could just go home and get to bed then. You could just read about it in the newspaper tomorrow. If it makes you feel better. I don't know. Oh. Witnesses again, state your names and occupations. I am known as Wordsmith. But what is a name? How doth one describe an occupation? Like the bubbling of a babbling brook. This guy's got the weirdest shape. He's like a corn on the cob or something. With hands. And hair. I float gracefully around the rocks and debris that is life. Nary a worry in my mind. Right, so I guess that means he's jobless. Ugh. My name is Mary, and this darling kid is Snowy. Snowy and I often travel to the edge of town to sell delicious fresh milk. Milk like that doesn't happen overnight. I work my hands to the bone, squeezing each drop out, literally. So is like, are you the one whose shop Espella was headed for that night? That sounds pretty frightening. I'm Kira. I'm a flower seller. You might as well call me Aerith at this point, but hey, if you want one, it's all yours. If you would all be so kind, feel free to purchase one of my beautiful flowers at any time during the trial. Anyway, there's no way I'll sell them all by morning. Oh, the life of a flower girl is so hard. Yeesh. Talk about a hard sell. My name is Nightle. Nightle, it's like Linkle, but Nightle. I aim to join our town's order of knights. I study night and day, get it? Though I'm still but a mere squire. Joining the Knights of the Inquisition is my life's ambition, and I, Nightle, will do whatever necessary to join in the 10 or so years that I have left. I shouldn't say things like that. So he's jobless too. Honorable witnesses, I ask that you show this court your best when delivering your testimonies. Best behavior. Now tell us what exactly you all saw on this ill-fated eve. Wow. Okay, so Great Ace Attorney introduced the, well, I mean, it's not the first time we've seen multiple witnesses at once, but it was pretty rare to see more than 2 of them at once, until Great Ace Attorney came along and had the whole jury thing, which this sort of reminds me of. I don't think it's gonna, like, have us pit them against each other, but that, I wouldn't put anything past this game at this point. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated the air, and a soft light shone faintly in the distance. Muggs grabbed the girl by the arm. It looked like he almost pushed it to the ground. I heard a faint voice cry out. Next moment, those 2 villainous men burst into flames. There was not a trace of fire to be seen in the area. Without a doubt, magic must have been used. Oh, just like that. Magic. Magic. Sir Prentice Baker, you may now begin your interrogation. I don't know how the hell you're gonna get out of this one. I put one piece of evidence. I suggest you pay it heed. I'm listening. Do not waste the court's time by grilling these witnesses over irrelevant nonsense, Sir Apprentice Baker. You alright, Nick? They sure love calling you an Apprentice Baker, huh? I'll be honest with you, Maya. I have no idea how I'm feeling right now. But I know it's all up to me. As for Defender, Espella's fate's in my hands. I have to believe in her, and I need to start believing in myself. I can do this. I believe Espella is innocent, and I'll fight until the end to prove it. Yeah, that's the spirit. We can do this thing, Nick. Boy, we sure got back on the right page pretty... Well, you know, that's the thing, though. when that's really who you are, it's gonna come out like that, regardless of what sort of memory overriding someone does. Like, at your core, you know, I think it's pretty hard to make something like that totally disappear. So the way he was talking, I almost get the impression he doesn't want me pressing any of this, but I'm gonna try it anyway. What time would that be, exactly? Dinner time. When else would the scent of dinner be in the air if not dinner time, do you see? Not so much. The sun had already set by that time. That should be adequate. Well, it's not. The sun had already set. So, you clearly witnessed what happened tonight. Is that correct? Tonight? Is this still the same night? I have been dubbed a witness, thus I must clearly have witnessed something, do you see? No, I'm asking, did you see? In that case, how much light was there in the immediate area at the time? Enough to see the nose on my face, but not enough to see the trees ahead, do you see? No, that doesn't add up. If the area was completely dark, then you couldn't possibly have witnessed anything. Get out of here. Do you see? Yes! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Oh! Nevertheless, something caught my eye. It was a most ominous sight. Ominous is what that sight was. Okay, I get it. It was ominous. Uh-oh. Perform, Sir Apprentice Baker. Huh? I hate to disappoint you, but there was in fact light in the area. Huh? Street lights. Take a look at this. This is a drawing of the crime scene based on the witness's account as penned by the court illustrator. The court illustrator? Boy, we needed one of these in a lot of cases. Never heard of that before. We could have used that in case 3-3, I imagine. Look carefully. This shows what the scene looked like at the time of the murder. I guess we did have illustrations, though. Yeah, look at this, man. I'm telling you. If it turns out she didn't do it, like, then this is... You know what? An illustration of the highest quality, as always. Now then, we have established that by the time the murder occurred, the sun had already set. Yeah. And so naturally the defendant was carrying a firelit lantern, as we can see. A lantern? A plantern! Eureka, indeed, yes, that is what I was saying earlier. There was a lantern I say. That's very convenient. Yeah, you totally forgot. To be honest, I did not imagine it would be necessary to present this, but... Blech. My lord, here's the lantern in question. This is what was responsible for the light illuminating the area, as well as the fire that killed those two guys, but we'll get to that later. Very well, the court accepts this dirty-ass looking thing into evidence. The lantern this fellow is holding, the glass is broken and is covered in mud. Speaking of which, Inquisitor Barnum, in this drawing, you know, it kind of looks... Oh, that guy's got a bottle. The accused seems to be holding a milk bucket of sorts. What became of this? I drank it, Your Honor, which is why I'm so hot right now. That is a strange case indeed, my lord. The bucket seemingly disappeared from the murder scene. Oh, did it now? The milk bucket disappeared, you say? Okay, that is kind of weird. Huh. There has been talk of wolves living in the nearby forest. It is thought they often make off with the items they find on the ground. Great. Wolves that steal your stuff. Remind me to never set foot in that forest. This is great, Nick. We got new evidence now. We sure do. Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, Nick, you really don't look like just some normal, run-of-the-mill baker, do you? I'd say you're more like a somewhat articulate run-of-the-mill baker. I think you might even have a knack for being a defender. There's a clear contradiction somewhere in that testimony, and I'm gonna find it. Okay, well, which testimony are we talking about? All of them, or just that guy? Okay, so Muggs grabbed the girl by the arm. It looked like he almost pushed her to the ground. Let's hear more about this and try to stop squeezing that animal. It's crying out in pain, my man. Muggs was one of the two rogues, is that correct? That's right, that man. He grabbed the girl's arm and pulled out a knife. What? What? Did you just see a ghost? What is going on here? Is this lady crazy? Something wrong? Or was it Robs that grabbed the girl and had the knife? Huh? Oh dear, now let's see. Muggs was the short one and Robs was the... No, I think it was the other way around. Now you're getting me confused. Does it even matter, really? Just one had a knife and... Well, it doesn't really matter which was there with which now, does it? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's all well and good, but I was kind of just hoping you'd testify about the lantern. No such luck, pal. Honorable witnesses, please continue with your testicles. And now you. Heard a faint voice cry out the next moment. Those two villainous men burst into flames. Okay, this is the moment of truth here. Exactly whose cry did you hear? Maybe you heard the goat. Well, it was the accused. It was Isabela's voice, of course. And did you get a good look at Miss Cantabella's face? Yeah, I sure did. I mean, she was carrying that huge lantern after all. You're only sure because all the other witnesses just finished saying they saw her with the lantern. Convenient. I tell you, there was not a trace of fire to be seen in the area. Without a doubt, magic must have been used. Okay, then. Isn't it a bit premature to assume it was magic? What an absurd statement. Say what? Well, think about it. The naves were engulfed in flames in the blink of an eye. The blink of an eye. Thank you for calling them naves, by the way. There was not a single trace of any other fire source to be found in the area. Not a trace. N-A-T. Now I'm gonna go buy some NFTs. Don't ever do that. Well, did I hear that right? I think I just found a contradiction in this testimony. Let's do this thing, Nick. Hurry up and present something. Well, I probably would have noticed it if I wasn't so busy doing the voices. Hit him with some decisive evidence. Decisive evidence. Spell was carrying a lantern at the time of the murder. That fact definitely contradicts a certain witness's testimony. That's right. Oh, well, because it could have been the lantern is what we're really going straight to that, because I thought that was going to be, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious, really. Oh, I mean, what can we do? We're just a couple of bakers, after all. No, Maya, I think you're wrong. Huh? I don't know why, but I feel like I know how to do this. If you're going to speak up in court, there's only one thing that people will listen to, and that's evidence, Edgeworth, evidence. I just have to try and present evidence whenever there's some contradiction in one of their testimonies. Okay, Nick, let's give their testimonies another listen. Let's do. Alright, not you, not you, not you, and yes, you. There's not a trace of fire. Well, there you go, dude, right there. Jesus Christ, holy crap. Where do I even begin?
Objection.
Lantern? He's like, wait, what do I do next? I got the pointing part down, that's easy. What is the matter, defender? Oh, it has to come back. Yes. Now I remember who I am. What is this feeling? You don't know how ridiculous this looks right now. With this panning shot and him just perfectly still. Nobody can hold their arm that still. I'm sorry. Well, maybe. I just felt the urge to shout out right from the bottom of my lungs while pointing my finger. Objection. I can't help but feel that's a word I've used quite a bit in the past. That's it. I remember now. I remember everything. The Legal League of Attorneys Exchange Expellus trial and then that strange book. And it's happening again here. Yes, slap that desk. Hump that snake. This feeling, I feel like I can take on the world. Take on the entire empire myself. Witness? I am a soon-to-be member of the Honorable Knights of the Inquisition. I accept your challenge. With my rubber sword. Okay, Trucy, you say that no fire was present at the scene of the crime, meaning the defendant must have used magic. Unfortunately for you, that is not the case. What do you mean, Sir Apprentice Baker? What I mean is that the defendant was in fact carrying a lantern containing fire. Whoa! I can't believe it! Those two rogues were actually burned by the flame that was inside that lantern. That is the only logical explanation. I mean, it kind of contradicts the cutscene, but since when does the cutscene mean whatever? I don't think the fire from the lantern would have killed them, though, unless they were doused in gasoline somehow. My, what a startling conclusion you've come to, Sir Apprentice Baker. What do you mean? Well, only this. The only logical explanation. Do you agree with this statement, honorable witnesses? It is presumptuous for a man that knows nothing to claim that he knows something about which he really knows nothing. The ability to talk does not make you intelligent. Huh? Besides, how could one tiny flame be strong enough to set them both ablaze like that? Yeah, I mean, fair enough. There were two of them. How could that flame engulf them so fast? Ah, Furthermore, if they did burn as you claim they did, do you mean to suggest that they were soaked in oil or something? Actually, I mean, a lantern uses oil to burn, so perhaps. We learned this from Twilight Princess, you know. Well, Sir Blue Knight, it would seem you have bitten off more than you can chew. Ah, I definitely didn't see that coming. Damn it. What say you, me lord? Do you have any thoughts on the proceedings thus far? So far, I think, I could go for some Burger King right now. Given the testimony as we've heard, this court has come to its conclusion. 'Twas a truly gruesome and merciless act, an act for which only one thing could be held responsible. The nefarious crime of magic. Shit, man.
Hold it!
Hold it! Wait just a second. Is there something you have forgotten to mention, Defender? Not exactly, Your Honor. It's just that, I mean, you just said magic. That can't be right, can it? That's what I'm wondering. What are you suggesting, Sir Apprentice Baker? Witches use magic, which in turn brings about disaster. Such is the way of this world, is it not? Well, yeah, that may seem to be the case. But no way is that actually possible. This court finds Espella Cantabella, the accused, charged with being a witch. Espella? A witch? And that was the thing she said. That was the only thing she said, practically. In the first case was, I'm not a witch. Was her memory of this trial and that one, like, getting jumbled up together or something? Because in the other trial, she was getting, you know, tried for assault and theft or something like that. A witch's existence in this world is a crime in itself. The ability to use and control magic is a criminal offense indeed. As such, any witch found practicing magic will be sentenced to death by fire. Wow, isn't that ironic? You're so much better than she is, I guess. No, you're wrong. I'm not a witch. Huh. Sir Apprentice Baker, I do not envy your current predicament. Well, I appreciate the, hospitality there. Milord, hand down your guilty verdict against this witch immediately. Nope. Not yet. But pork roast. There's no evidence to prove that any magic was really used. Put a sock in it, bread boy. We all heard it cast the spell. Did you? That's right. Snowy and I heard it. Isn't that right, Precious? We heard that incantation quite clearly. Incantation, huh? Alright. What were the magic words? That frightening voice. There's no mistaking it. It was a spell of void. I don't know what I'm doing with this girl. These ears do not lie. I clearly heard an incantation most sinister. Ignies, it went. You know, Veneis. Incantation? Ignies. It's no good. I just can't wrap my head around this topsy-turvy, otherworldly court. Well then, it would seem the defense has no further objections. Nope, no further objections. It appears so happy. I'm so happy right now. The court finds the use of magic and the time of the murder to be an undeniable fact. At the time, not and the time. Furthermore, the honorable witnesses have stated that they each heard an incantation being recited. The court finds no reason to delay its verdict any longer. What if it turns out it was one of them? Okay, I suspect the flower girl. Holy shit. Nick, we have to do something! I know, but what exactly can we say? Here, in this world, our sense of logic is completely useless. Well, when logic is useless, you know you're in a world of shit, don't you?
Of Espella Cantabella.
Yeah, go for it. I dare you. What am I... Wait, what? Is it Edgeworth? Yes! Oh, fuck yeah, man. Thank you! Oh my god, I love this guy. I've never loved this man more than I love him right now.
Court hold its verdict a moment longer.
Yes!
What is the meaning of this intrusion?
Mm-hmm.
I have something.
Do you know who you're talking to?
To the defense. A weapon.
Mm-hmm. A weapon. Oh, man. Oh, look at Luke. He's like...
The Grand Grimoire. All of this world's magic is contained within its pages.
Mm-hmm.
Without it, this trial cannot reach a satisfactory conclusion.
The Grand Grimoire.
The GG, baby. You know it. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, that was such an entrance there. Oh, I love it. I love you guys. See, this isn't Layton versus Wright. It's like Layton and Wright versus the world. We meet again at last, Mr. Wright. Well, now it seems things are already afoot here, although the real contest begins now. Are you fully prepared? So, are you here to help us? Of course! The professor always helps people in trouble. It is the duty of every gentleman, right, Professor? See, he's not some white knight who only helps chicks, he's helping you, man! Professor? There is a saying I find quite useful in situations such as this. There is a time for words, and a time for action. Right. You have been working as a baker in this town up until now, have you not? I must say, I'm a little mystified. I'd have expected you to be more familiar with this world and its system of magic. Yeah, how can I put this? I guess that's not quite the full story. That's so. That a fact. I love how Luke is like imitating, he's like, what is it, mirroring Layton's body language. I kind of had an epiphany just now. I remembered all sorts of things, like how I'm not actually a baker, and, well, how magic can't really exist. Well, you got one of those things, right? Then it would seem I was correct about you, Mr. Wright. You are not, in fact, a citizen of this town. You are not a frog! Is that correct? Right, at least it seems that way. However, for now, we have no option but to accept this world and its rules as a reality. Without first understanding those rules, I'm afraid you will not be able to save Miss Cantabella. But things like magic only exist in fairy tales and make-believe, which is where we are right now, silly. I'm afraid, Mr. Wright, it would seem magic does in fact exist in this world. Such a truth cannot be denied. Indeed, that is why the GG is a weapon well suited for this witch trial. At the moment, you are tantamount to a knight without a sword. And you just gotta pull okay, I like this pose. Okay, you just got like 10% cooler here. Feel more like an attorney without a chance, actually. You finally said the A word. He was saying defender all this time. Right then, Mr. Wright, I'll explain how the GG works. What is this? Oh my gosh. Have a look at the touchscreen. There you'll see the GG button. Touching the GG button will open up the GG. No way. Okay. You will be able to present spells from the Grand Grimoire in such a way you could present evidence. This book will surely be a most important asset for us in this trial. And maybe for all future trials, if I'm guessing. That reminds me, I've gone ahead and bookmarked the spell Ignites for you. Ignites Inferno spell summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. Requires an incantation and scepter to cast. Oh, she didn't have no motherfucking scepter. Holy shit, dude. Ignites, that's the magic spell all the witnesses said they heard, right? Nick, you should take a look at that spell. I got it on lockdown, let me tell you. All I have to do is tits the GG button. The defender has been given more than enough time. It would seem this trial has reached its end. Is that understood, Sir Apprentice Baker? This case is quite straightforward, with very little room for doubt. The witness's testimony, coupled with the illustration of the time of the murder, makes it quite clear what must have occurred. This murder was the result of magic. And furthermore, the caster of said magic was none other than her. Yes. That, Sir Apprentice Baker, is the truth. Best you go back to baking, for I believe your days in the courtroom have crumbled. Just like the bread you're baking. Is everything okay, Mr. Wright? Weren't you gonna use the book or something, you know? Shut them up? Yes. It would seem that photographs do not exist in this world. Photos? Wait, what? Oh, is that why? Okay, so they have to use, like, illustrations. Yeah. Well, what does that have to do with what we're talking about here? The sketch drawn by the court illustrator. Therein lies your final chance, Mr. Wright. My final chance. No, I got this. I know what to do. I understand the witnesses have already finished their testimony, however. If you could perhaps find a clear contradiction within this illustration. If there's another contradiction, in that case, there's still hope I can turn this around. Mr. Wright, you have to hurry. Look, the judge. I know, I can't wait. He's got the hammer in his hands. We gotta go. He looks ready to deliver his verdict any second now. Oh my god, this is it. This is my last chance. What should I do? Oh my god, point out the contradiction.
Hold it!
Hold it! 1 second, Your Honor. The defense requests permission to have another look at the court illustration. Now! I think there might be a contradiction in there. Oh, what are you gonna do? You are already out of time. All testimony and evidence given thus far has been proven to be accurate. They said words. I wouldn't be so sure, Inquisitor Barnum. Yeah, barnyard. Barnyard commandos. There's just one thing you've overlooked. A piece of evidence within this book. The Grand Grimoire. Wait, where did that come from? Absurd. I overlooked something. You were the defender here. You should have examined the tome earlier. I didn't even know it existed earlier. You're right, I should have. But unfortunately, I was nothing but a simple baker until just now. Exactly, your words. Hell yeah. Interesting. You've certainly begun to show your true colors, Sir Blue Knight. Ah, touché. Look who's talking. Let us see what type of knight you truly are. Have at you. Have at me. Have at us. To you! To me! The defender will now show us the supposed contradiction. The court illustration in the Grand Grimoire. Somewhere there's a contradiction between these two. I gotta find it. It's my last chance. Defender, use this magnifying glass to locate the point of relevance. Then reveal to the court the location of this contradiction. Oh, well, I mean, I can't point to both of her hands at the same time, but... Wait, maybe I need to, like, press X here first. Got it. Here we go. The contradiction is here. Oh my god, it's a hand. The hand of the accused? She appears to be holding a milk bucket. Yes, but that milk bucket was said to have vanished from the crime scene. It's quite possible that there's an important reason behind its disappearance. Inquisitor Barnum, what are your thoughts on this? It is quite mysterious indeed, my lord. However, mysterious, I didn't mean to say it that way. However, the Inquisition believes it bears no relation to this case. You're gonna say, I mean, like, wolves. Okay, sure. You didn't find, like, spilled milk on the ground? I guess you wouldn't, though, if it's like the ground, it's gonna seep into the ground. I say ground a lot, don't I? Let us not dwell on the milk bucket for the time being, Mr. Wright. Rather, we should first consider any information within the Grand Grimoire that might lead us to a contradiction. Or a new piece of evidence. Maybe I should have another look at it. I just have to touch the Grand Grimoire button. My apologies, Your Honor. Please give me one more chance. Oh, wait, are we losing something for this? I thought I was onto something here, because I was going to point out that, like, she doesn't have a scepter in her hand because her hand had the bucket in it. Okay, granted, but be warned, you're running out of chances, Defender. How many more am I supposed to give you? I don't know. The Defender will now show us the supposed contradiction. Maybe try the other hand? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're, like, going with this, but got it. The contradiction is right here. The hand of the accused. She seems to be holding a lantern this time. What is your point? According to this tome, using the spell Ignize requires the use of the witch's scepter, as well as an incantation. Oh, okay. I guess I just had the wrong hand. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. For witches to use magic, they must be in possession of a witch's scepter, also known as a talia magica. How are you this stupid? Seriously. If that's the case, then there's just one thing that doesn't add up. Take another look at Miss Cantabella's hands. Tell me, do you see the witch's scepter in either of her hands? Do you see any Teletubbies in here? There we go. Let's see you point that sword at me now. You did it, Mr. Wright. But wasn't that contradiction just a little too obvious? Ah, you're telling me. You may be right, Luke. Huh? It would certainly appear that the good Inquisitor has taken this particular oversight rather too well. Is he now? That is correct, Sir Apprentice, Baker, but you should not underestimate me. Is he going to be calling me that for the rest of the game? This is perhaps your first time seeing this item, is it not? Right here is the very scepter you mentioned. Holy shit! What are you doing with it? Has it put you on trial? Maybe you're the one that set him on fire. One of the witnesses found it tossed in the shrubbery on the side of... Oh, are you serious? Yeah, and you just waited till now to bring this up, you know? You couldn't have brought it... Oh, yes, indeed. It was I located it. My feet found themselves ensnared in the blasted thing, and it sent me flying through the air. Somehow, I'm not surprised to hear you fell, Gramps. This scepter does seem to carry a most... Did you just call him Gramps? You should be calling me Gramps, dude. Anyway, it does seem to carry the most sinister air. Yeah, it looks like that thing that guy in Dragon Quest XI used. Indeed, my lord. However, the scepter will only work while in the hands of a witch, with the incantation being said aloud. But there's... That's too bad. I want to try lighting some stuff on fire. Please don't look at me when you say that. Oh, Phoenix and Maya. The banter is as great as ever. You see, there are two magic gems set in this scepter. A diamond and a ruby. Magic gems? Looks like a red gem and a white gem. These gems each contain a particular magic spell. By simply looking at these magic gems, one can easily determine which magic spell can be used. fire, or ice. Nick, quick, look at this page. Yeah, that's the gem, alright. The same one as in the book. Yep. I noticed that right away. Okay, sums of circle slain within a 1 meter radius of the caster. You know, because like in the cutscene, it didn't look like it was a 1 meter radius from the caster. It looked more like it was just all over them and not going around her. Huh. Is that the red magic gem? Indeed, the red gem you see here is the smell Ignize, and if you look carefully, you should notice that this scepter also has one more spell that can be used. A spell to make a bucket disappear. How about that? One more spell, that must be the white gem. Mr. Wright, I found it. Here's the spell for the white magic gem. Demir Van... Oh, are you serious? I was just kidding! I was just being sarcastic! Oh no! It's like that time when the, oh god, what's his name? Mr. Whistler, Simon Whistler, when he was reading that thing about the guard, and he was like, this must be the guard's fourth day on the job or something, and then he reads like one more sentence into the thing and it says it was his fourth, or like his second day on the job. I didn't describe that very well. Spell Demir has been bookmarked. Okay. Causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. I thought it was just gonna be ice. Jeez. Of course, this ain't Final Fantasy, I suppose. I see you managed to work it out in that crusty head of yours. Crusty? Sir? That's just... it can't be. What a coincidence. The reason the Witch's Scepter couldn't be seen is because the magic spell Demir had made it disappear. Oh, I thought we were talking about the bucket. Huh. How can... you can make the scepter itself disappear? What is he doing? Oh, he was dabbing or something. That's right. In other words, I couldn't tell what he was doing there. For a second, I was like, what? The accused conjured a cowardly spell to camouflage her own use of magic. While both hands were still full. That's amazing, dude. I don't know how she could have done that. But hey. Order, order, knock it off! Inquisitor Barnum, please submit the scepter into evidence. Hold on, please. Is there a problem, Sir Baker? Okay, I understand this is a witch's scepter. I get that. Okay, fine, whatever. However, whether or not the scepter was in Miss Canterbury's possession has not yet been proven. What are you talking about, Sir Apprentice Baker? Well, it's going to be pretty hard to prove that, like, there was another witch that just happened to be there, though, so I can see why they're not even attempting that angle. That's, I mean, that's kind of what it almost has to be, though. I don't know. Isn't it obvious? I'm talking about fingerprints. Oh, they don't have fingerprints here. They don't have cameras. They definitely don't have fingerprints. Supposing Miss Cantabella did, in fact, handle this witch's scepter, then her fingerprints should still be on it. Yes! He's just like, I got you. I got you. This'll be so easy. No, even Maya's like, wait. Everybody's like, what's with the silence? You said fingerprints. Inquisitor Barnum, tell me, just what is this Baker blabbering about? I haven't the slightest clue, my lord. It is the Baker's first time in court, after all. Huh? No, you don't get it, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid it's no use, Mr. Wright. In this world, it would seem the concept of fingerprinting does not yet exist. What? Yeah, that's what I say too. I say, what? I can't believe it. You better believe it. As I've said already, best you head back to the bakery, the armory, the bakery. I run the armory, you run the bakery. Let's keep it that way, lest you continue to serve this court more your half-baked ideas. Half-baked. You're about as half-baked as your terrible puns, Barnum. Forensic science does not exist here. Instead, this is a world in which witches and magic are accepted as fact. Truly fascinating. Talia Magica added to the court record. Tali mi banana. Okay. Oh god, we're doing this already? We're like, we're only like a half hour into this case. I'm already shutting down here. There are just way too many things I don't know about this world. Maybe we should let Professor Layton take over. Mr. Wright, I believe I should take over now. You may be able to take these things you don't know and use them to your advantage. Huh? The Inquisition believes there is no room for debate on this matter. We've said this 12 times now. The accused clearly attempted to conceal her magic. Oh, well, that part, maybe not so much. Better luck next time, Sir Apprentice Baker, Sab. May have your next loaf will not leave such a bitter taste in our mouths. Well, I like sourdough. Don't knock the sourdough, man. Sourdough with peanut butter on it? It's good stuff. Now then, my lord, I believe it is time I ask that you render your unwavering verdict. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, that's... Oh, shit. The hat's down. The hat's down. You know shit's getting real now. Pardon the interruption. May I have a word, Inquisitor Barnum? What's that? Who might you be? I'm your worst nightmare, buddy. My name is Herschel Layton. I'm a friend of the accused. Inquisitor Barnum, please allow me to confirm what you believe happened on the night of the crime. The heart of the cards. You claim the witch's scepter was made to disappear through the use of magic, is that correct? Yeah, what's it to you, man? Through the magic spell Demir. If possible, would you mind providing proof of this particular claim? Yeah, burden of proof on the prosecution, motherfuckers! You claim the scepter was not seen. Indeed, that is one possibility. However, a wise man must always consider every possibility. What say you, Inquisitor Barnum? Can the Inquisition fulfill the request presented by the gentleman with the unusual hat? It's not that unusual. The Inquisition cannot honor this request for proof. Too bad, really. It's a good thing we don't need it. If you are asserting that the accused is not a witch, then the burden of proof lies at the feet of the defender. Oh, okay, alright. I guess we didn't have the Constitution back then either, did we? Come on, it's the Inquisition's job to prove that a crime was committed. As I thought, indeed it would appear the accepted method of thinking in this world differs greatly from our own. How regrettable, Sir Apprentice Baker, Sab, and you, Sir Dark Hat, Sir Dark Hat. Oh my god. Wait, what? Inquisitor Barnum, sir, should you require it, I stand ready to lend my testimony. Shut up. Would anyone care to purchase spring fruits? Oh, like a lovely ray of bewitching lilies. Let's see. Snowy and I will not be dismissed so easily. We came here to expose the identity of this witch. Isn't that right, Precious? A witch's scepter, you say? Yes, I know of such a scepter. Allow me to elucidate the matter. What do you think, Inquisitor Barnum? Your witnesses appear to have something to say on the subject. Well, it sounds like... Very well. I don't know, it sounds like they're ready to stoke the fires, so to speak. Most honorable witnesses, I grant your request to testify once more. Tell the court all you know regarding this Talia Magica. This Tali me banana. Well, we somehow managed to keep the trial going. I owe you one, Sir Dark Hat. Please, Mr. Wright, Mr. Layton will suffice for the time being. Wait, wasn't I thinking that, not saying it? Witness testimony. Alright, we're gonna do this as soon as I go to the PP room. Alright, let's hear it. When I saw her, the witch was carrying a large milk bucket in one hand and a lantern in the other. The girl had a lantern hanging from her wrist. Her hand was contorted in a strange way. I got a good look at her hand, and it looked for certain that she was gripping something. The witch was holding a scepter in her right hand. She did not drop it once before she was apprehended. What? Burp is right. Oh, I see. The accused's hand was contorted in a strange way. I do believe this is quite an important piece of testicle. I saw it, almost certainly saw it. She was holding an invisible scepter. You're getting mad. We saw it too. It was a girl up there, without a doubt. I as well. Those old eyes don't see as well as they once did, but I witnessed the hazy, blurry form of the accused quite clearly. Don't tell the court you're blind. My eyesight is as sharp as the edge of my trusty blade. Yeah, it sure is, buddy. A toy sword, how fascinating. Although I wonder if he understands the implications of that analogy on his vision. Yeah, trust me, I saw it too. Sir Baker, you may proceed with your interrogation. Mr. Layton's given me another chance. I can't let it go to waste. No, sir. Cross-examination. Ooh, that looked cool. About the Talia Magica. Alright. When I saw her, the witch was carrying a large milk button in one hand and a lantern in the other. The large lantern you mentioned is this one, correct? Yep. There's no mistaking it. That fiendishly fiendish form with its case darker than the darkest of nights. That was the lantern. It's just a normal lantern, dude. Take it easy. What is this? It would seem the glass is shattered. And there seems to be a sizable amount of mud stuck to it. On closer inspection, it appears mud has stuck to the broken sections of glass. Most intriguing. So then, when exactly did the lantern get mud all over it? By the way, witness, you also saw a milk bucket, is that right? That thing about the mud on the glass, that's gonna come up, isn't it? Indeed, I'd bet my sword on it. And yet that milk bucket mysteriously vanished from the scene of the crime. How many times must I say it, Sab? The problem is the Black Lantern. Oh my god, if Sab Irene watches this, she might be wanting to kick my ass right about now. The girl had the lantern hanging from her wrist. Her hand was contorted in a strange way. This, I'm telling you. She had the lantern hanging from her wrist, are you sure? Take your baby by the wrist. Of course we're sure. If that wasn't it, then how else would the girl manage to hold her invisible scepter? Man, please, just testify about what you actually saw. Saw it. We just said that's what we saw, isn't that right, Snowy? She's gotta let go of that poor thing. Indeed, a handle as wide as this could be easily hung from their cute small wrist. Yes, that's what we were telling you, isn't that right, Mummy's little snowball? It's no good. They're all bent on assuming Espella was holding that scepter. Seems it may be best not to pursue this particular line of questioning any further. Well, that's just super. Super duper. Alright, what about you? Got a good look at her hand. I don't appreciate you accusing me, by the way, and it looks for certain that she was gripping something. Yeah, I tell ya. What exactly was the defendant gripping? Again. It was... that's right. It was something cane-like. It was long, and it was hard. What was it called? A witch's scepter? Yeah, it was definitely that. Oh, sure, now that you know about it, suddenly that's what it was that you saw 12 hours ago. Whoa, wait, Miss Kira, you didn't actually see it, did you? Wait! Never mind. This cane-like object, was it perhaps roughly this size? Yep. Oh, why, yes, it was exactly that size. It's no good. They're all bent on assuming Espella was holding that scepter. Yeah, I guess not. That's just super... yeah, alright. And then there's this guy. So what I was thinking there, I guess I might as well say it just in case it wasn't obvious enough, but what if, like, the reason she saw it is because she's a witch, and witches can see the scepter even when there's a spell to make it disappear? So I don't know, it's weird. The witch was holding a scepter in her right hand. She did not drop it once before she was apprehended. So here, I think we have something... Let me get this straight. There was no way for you to see this invisible scepter, was there? Well, now that's common sense, boy. What can unsee what is not there to be seen? Not there to be seen. You're the one that said it. In that case, there was also no way you could tell whether or not she might have dropped the scepter. Well, these old eyes of mine honed in on her hand like a hawk until they couldn't see straight. It's awfully convenient you knew to look at her hand, you know, of all things, when she's getting accosted by these two motherfuckers. Anyway, the young lady was most certainly holding an invisible scepter in her right hand, while at the same time also carrying the lantern. Or do you perhaps possess some piece of evidence to suggest that she dropped the scepter? Oh, that's what the glass thing is about then. That's all they're saying. The glass was broken. She must have dropped the lantern. How could she have dropped the lantern and not the scepter if the lantern was on her wrist? Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, we got this. If Espella did not have the scepter in her hand, it would have been impossible for her to have used any magic. Well, yeah, that's true. I don't suppose. Might there be a piece of evidence that could prove this? Something to prove that Espella was not holding the scepter. We got this. In other words, I'm just gonna, like, go to it, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. Is everything alright, Mr. Wright? No, I'm just in a hurry. Ugh, the truth about what happened in that brief instant will likely decide Espella's fate. I have to do everything I can to find a contradiction in these testimonies. Guess I should take another look at the court record. The court record with all three of those pieces of evidence in it. You know, it's gonna be really hard to pick one. Anyway. Da-da-da, 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 present. Wait, get present. Da-do-do-do. There you go, baby. There is a high probability that Miss Cantabella was not holding the scepter. But if, for the sake of argument, she had been holding it, she would undoubtedly have dropped it at the time of the incident. What do you mean? Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell you. What I mean, Inquisitor Barnum, is that this lantern proves the defendant was not holding the scepter. What you got? What foolishness are you spouting, Sir Prentice Baker, Sab? That lantern's handle was around the accursed's wrist. Yeah, but you see... Meaning she could have held the scepter? I'm afraid that's not the problem here, Inquisitor Barnum. The problem is with the broken glass and the mud plastered all over it. What? The rain had ended just as the murder was taking place. That would make the path fairly muddy, wouldn't you agree? When the thieves grabbed Miss Cantabella by the arm, the lantern must have fallen into the mud. The lantern fell into the mud. Why, of course! That makes sense, doesn't it, my little snowy wowie? They agree with me. Well, what do you think, Inquisitor Barnum? If she was holding the scepter at that time, that would mean that when she dropped the lantern, the scepter would have fallen along with it. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go. Our first big break. Our first big break. Of many, no doubt. Yeah. That defender's managed to turn the thing around, even though he's just some baker. No way. Pay the witch's accomplices no heed. They're just trying to trick you. This reminds me of something, boy, I tell you. Oh, that just what is this? Oh. One moment, please. Of course you're going to be the first one to speak up. Everyone, please listen. Didn't we all just stand here and explain to the court what we clearly saw? It's a lantern, so what? What's so special about it? Explain it to me so I can understand. Explain like I'm 5, which I probably am, so that you can understand. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious just by looking at it. Mr. Wright. What is it, Mr. Layton? Don't tell me they're gonna find a way around this. There's something about this witness. Yes? Oh, was I right? Oh, you don't tell me. Miss Kira, was it? Tell me, Miss Kira. How good is your eyesight exactly? As you just heard, I'm so fucking happy right now. As you just heard Mr. Wright explain, the answer to your query is quite obvious at a glance. Tell me, are you able to see the mud present on this lantern? Mud? What mud? What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Oh, this might be... Oh! Professor Layton slapped the desk! Yes! Your Honor, did you hear that just now? Oh, yes indeed. What does it mean exactly? Can she not see the color brown? Sort of like that guy in case 3-5, who couldn't see the color red. Wow. It means that Miss Kira's poor eyesight is the reason she cannot see the mud present on this lantern. Ooh! Oh! In other words, the validity of Miss Kira's testimony is questionable at best. Unless it's something else. Yep. Go back to Cloud and say hi to Barrett while you're there. Order in the court. Holy shit, what is the meaning of this? I'll tell you what the meaning of this is. What say you in your defense, witness? I highly recommend you give us nothing but the truth. He's turning on the witness, dude. I love it when prosecutors are honorable. I'm sorry, Inquisitor Barnum. You can't do this to me, I'm cute. It's true, I need to wear glasses all the time, in fact. You need to wear glasses? Are you the librarian by any chance? No, that can't be right. Aha, now that you mention it, I did notice something odd about you today. Oh, I thought you looked familiar. Gone is the mist that clouded my mind. In its place, clarity. By John Mayer, good song. Fair maiden, a pair of spectacles are as valuable as a shield to a knight. Make haste and procure another pair. Get another pair of underwear while you're at it. Now then, Miss Kira, tell me at the time of the incident, were you wearing your glasses? Do you wear eyeglasses to bed? No, nobody wears eyeglasses to bed. No, I was not wearing them. The truth is, I lost my glasses a couple days ago. She's not the librarian. I don't really think that, don't worry. You lost them. So her glasses were missing during the time of the incident. Mr. Wright, might I recommend that you keep note of this fact? It could prove useful later. Really? Got it. Kira has poor eyesight and wears glasses, but she lost them a few days before the incident. Huh. Man, I bet she's even cuter with them on. I'm sorry, I love girls in glasses. I can't help myself, man. Am I to believe there is nothing left to prove on this matter? At the time of the murder, the accused did not have a witch's scepter in her possession. So guess what? Game over, pal. No, it's not over. Oh, God, I'm seriously... Ugh. Wait just a moment, Snowy, and I have much more left to say. You sure do. That's right, my trusty sword of justice shall cut through this witch's treacherous lies. I may have lost my glasses, but I haven't lost my will to testify. Oh, she just ate it! Well, there's $2 down the drain. $2.50 after tax. Eureka, I remember now. Old age has a way of sneaking up on me. I'm sure you must understand. Yeah, I understand. I understand you're all completely ridiculous. I can't believe Professor Layton pointed. It would seem we've not yet arrived at a clear-cut verdict here. Witnesses, you may once again begin to testify to the court. Tell us about the scepter and how it was used in the detestable display of witchcraft that you all witnessed tonight. Okay. Like, I mean, we proved that she wasn't holding it. What are you gonna say to this? The girl was not holding the scepter in the same hand as the lantern, which means it must have been in her other hand. The accused is holding a milk bucket in the court illustration. Who's to say she wasn't also holding the scepter in that hand? Well, I guess. That milk bucket is lighter than it looks. Even Snowy could carry it, so she could have easily held the scepter as well. I did not see this milk bucket. Everything felt like an illusion. Which it is. So now she was holding it in the other hand. How many times are you going to change your story? My god. The scepter was in her other hand, you say? Indeed, such a proposal is feasible. It's like there's just any possibility that could possibly prove her guilty. They gotta jump on that, you know. It could have been this, you know, she could have been doing this, yeah. It is the strangest thing. The longer this trial goes on, the more you begin to resemble a legitimate defender. Huh? I don't like the sound of that. I want to keep calling you Sab. Well, no matter, defender, you may begin your interrogation. Cross-examination, baby! About to tally up bananas. The girl was not holding the scepter in the same hand as the lantern, which means it must have been in her other hand. Must have been! Haha! But did you actually see that with your own eyes, Darth Vader? Alas, magic's vile embrace hid the scepter from my sight, so I did not see it per se. However, through my years of knightly training, I have learned to see through such cunning trickery. Like the trickery that almost got you to say it was in her other hand a few minutes ago. For example, this morning I found myself unable to locate the whereabouts of my trusty blade. Its location was a mystery. So I tried my hardest to think and remember where I would have kept it last. And before long, my dog found it. It transpired I was carrying my trusty blade in its scabbard all along. Life is riddled with such trickery. Would you say life is riddled with trickery, Nick? Sometimes, actually, yeah. Only if we're talking about my life, Miles. Yep. Oh boy, here we go. The accused is holding a milk bucket in the court illustration. Who's to say she wasn't also holding the scepter in that hand? Who's to say that this whole courtroom doesn't collapse in 5 minutes? The court illustration. I mean, I don't see any space for there to be a scepter in there, too. That's right, judging by the sketch alone, it does look possible for her to have held this scepter. I don't buy it, dude. Maybe. I guess if it was behind the bucket handle, maybe. It would have to be pretty thin down there by the end, though. However, if you actually try holding that thing, you'll notice just how thick it is. Oh yeah, you bet. No way could she have been holding it. She's way too young for that. Oh my god, stop this. That is nothing more than mere speculation. You cannot say for certain that she was unable to hold it. Well, let's hand it to her and find out. You say speculation, I say it's a fact. There's just no way Espella could have been holding that thing. As expected, this testimony is filled with nothing but assumptions and conjecture. Mr. Layton. You know, Mr. Wright, there does not appear to be any usable evidence present in the court illustration. Yeah, I agree, it does look that way. The milk bucket ended up disappearing from the scene. Could that actually be an important piece of evidence in itself? I think it could, actually. I think if it turned out there was another witch there, somehow, that actually did it, which that still kind of doesn't go with the thing of the fire being a meter around the witch that casted the spell or whatever, I don't know. But if that were the case, we could have used the disappearing spell to make the bucket disappear, which is what I think happened, but I don't know. Milk bucket is lighter than it looks, even Snowy could carry it, so she could have easily held the scepter as well. Just 1 second, Miss Mary. Sorry, Mary. Stop squeezing that thing! What is it now? Snowy, I don't have all night. No, come on then, out with it. I just have one question regarding your testimony. How exactly did you know that the bucket Miss Cantabella was carrying was light enough for Snowy to carry? Ooh. Because she bought the milk from you. It's the first thing I said when I saw you. You see, the girl always uses the same bucket whenever she comes to buy milk from us. Yeah, there you go. Naturally, I would have seen that bucket countless times before. You've seen it countless times before. That doesn't answer my question. You specifically said that bucket is lighter than it looks. Miss Mary, at some point tonight, you must have held that bucket yourself. Or ever. I mean, she could have held it 12 days ago and she would know that. If it's really like if Stella is a regular customer. Now then, please enlighten us as to exactly when you got your hands on the bucket. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, dude. What are we doing here? It's true. By that time, Robs and mugs had already been burnt to ash. And then, I noticed the milk in that bucket that the girl had been holding in her hand. Oh, so she took it back. Because, like, why bother at that point? Well, you better give her refund before she dies. Then what those two went up in a blaze, Snowy and I made a dash for the bucket. As the girl stood there looking confused, we took the milk from her to make sure it was okay. Huh? Unbelievable witness, you. Ah. Well, it was just so wasteful, the thought of all that disgusting ash falling into such precious milk. I felt I just had to protect the milk, so I took the bucket back to the farm with me. Madam, do you mean to tell the court that you took evidence from a crime scene back home with you? Oh wait, evidence from the crime scene was a thing back then, I guess. I guess that's always been a thing, I just don't think they would have worded it that way. I don't know. That explains why we were unable to locate the milk bucket at the scene. Okay, well that actually, thank God. Oh my, you're scaring poor Snowy. Yeah, I'm sure we are. Here, I brought the bucket with me anyway, see? I didn't even tamper with the milk. I'm sure you didn't. Yeah, you didn't pee in there or anything? Of course I'll accept this milk bucket as evidence. Holy crap, wow. Yeah, it looks a little different than it does in the picture, doesn't it? Looks like that's one more piece of evidence for us. Was it different in the picture? Because I feel like it was. Now will the gentleman with the impressive beard proceed with his testimony. Yeah, the impressive beard. Y'all should have a contest. A beard growing contest. I think this guy would win, though. I did not see this milk bucket. Everything felt like an illusion. Well, now you know why. You didn't see the bucket. Indeed, naturally, there was no way of me noticing the witch before the crime occurred. My mind was placid as most placid of placid lakes, but like the early bird on its morning hunt for that elusive worm, my senses remained vigilant. You do realize the other witnesses have all testified having seen Miss Cantabella carrying that bucket, though. And, when you have journeyed as far as I have through life, you find all is but an illusion. That is, except for Lord Storyteller, of course. What was that all about? He, like, hesitated there or something. I don't know. That's it for the testimony. Still, something is bound to be there. Ugh. I can't believe Mary took the bucket home with her. Miss Mary must be one of those thieving forest wolves we've been hearing about. Let us hope she doesn't eat like a wolf as well, Luke, for her Snowy's sake. I'm worried about that thing. Got this new piece of evidence. But the question is, how can I use it? You know, looking at this milk bucket now, it does look sort of different from the sketch, don't it? Oh, okay, I wasn't going crazy. Might be a good idea to get a nice good look at the actual milk bucket. Damn right. The girl was not holding the scepter in the same hand as the lantern, which means it must have been in her other hand. The accused is holding a milk bucket in the court illustration. Who's to say she wasn't also holding the scepter? That milk bucket is lighter than it looks, and still can carry it. Which one would I use then, though? I don't know. Like, which one would I present it on? So this is the only one that mentions the court illustration, but also Mary's the one who, like, held it. And she's, like, talking about it. So I'm not sure. I think it's gotta be one of those two. I think this is the more likely option.
Objection!
I'm gonna try it. All of your testimonies have come to the same conclusion. The scepter was not in her right hand with the lantern. Therefore, it must have been in her other hand that was holding the bucket. Well, I say balderdash to that. However, that's not it. Not by a damn sight. What do you mean? Why are you getting so assertive? Contrary to what one of the witnesses stated, the milk bucket was in fact at the crime scene. And you'll also notice something about this bucket. Take another look at the court illustration. Something about the bucket seems a bit odd, wouldn't you say? Oh yeah, better look. This illustration was based on eyewitness accounts, so a small discrepancy or two is conceivable. Eyewitness testimony is unreliable. Actually, Inquisitor Barnum, it's highly likely that this illustration is much less accurate than you think. In fact, there is a blatant contradiction present in this illustration. Oh, yeah, like it's... Oh, yeah, the handle, it's like a rope. Admittedly, it does at first look possible that Miss Cantabella was holding the scepter and the bucket at the same time. However, if you look at the real milk bucket, that possibility goes up in smoke. Ho ho ho! Here, let's have a look at the real deal. Notice the handle? Oh, that cannot be. Oh, but yes. Oh, but no. Oh, but it is. This particular milk bucket has 2 pieces of wood on either side of that handle. If you were to try and hold both the scepter and this bucket, well, let's just say that'd be a challenge. To put it simply, there is no way anyone could hold both the bucket and the scepter at once. Jeez. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. That must mean clearly you have the wrong bucket. We never lie when it comes to milk. That is the very bucket I took. Looks like the witnesses are as surprised about this as Barnum. Damn. The defendant couldn't have been able to hold the bucket and the scepter at once. So we've ruled out both hands. What are they going to say now? She had it in her mouth? Yeah, let's go there. Also, we've already established that she was not holding a scepter in her right hand. Therefore, the defendant, Mrs. Cantabella, was not holding a witch's scepter at any point during the incident. And you still keep her locked up there. Order! I said order! Sheesh. Just what is the meaning of this? In all my days as a judge of this court, I've never heard such an argument. These are but a paltry set of words, and yet they ring with such remarkable strength. Your Honor, get used to it. What you just heard was logic. Oh, damn. Logic, you say? What is with these two? They just silenced Inquisitor Barnum with mere words. Such foolishness. This must be some type of witchcraft. Oh, wow, really? Wait, do you think? Could they be witches? Are we going there? It would seem that the concept of logic does not exist in this world. Oh, crap. Right, then let's take this chance to knock their case down a peg or two. I'm worried if we keep this up, we'll all be joining Espella in a one-way trip to the flames. Alright, what you got? Okay, I see what you're doing now. Man, he really winds up for that thing, doesn't he? Most intriguing. A knight allows his sword to speak for him during battle. You've spoken with a sword of words, which is an anagram of sword, by the way. That's kinda cool, actually. So be it. I too shall wield such a blade. What do you mean? Sir Blue Knight, there appears to be a hole in this logic of yours. There's plenty of those, you know, a hole! Oh my god, I need to screen cap this and send it to Lucagen right now. According to the earlier testimony, it was believed the accused had the lantern hanging from her wrist by the handle. However, she supposedly dropped it, hence it being covered in mud. That's right. Wait, oh, was he gonna say, like, that she fell while holding the scepter and the lantern got in the mud? Because it did say, we did say at some point she fell, didn't we? While that may be true, it does not necessarily mean the accused was therefore unable to use magic. Because, see, now, it turns out they can do it without a scepter. Yeah, we've just been wasting our time, I tell you. It is merely a question of when she dropped the witch's scepter. Well, that was a thing, too. I was kind of wondering, like, what do you mean, Inquisitor Barnum? Well, it is very simple, my lord. The accused, while first holding the lantern and the witch's scepter, cast her magic. Then, she dropped both the lantern and the scepter. Ah. The witch's scepter was dropped after the spell was cast. Of course, yes, that must be it. Yeah, it must be. It must be. What say you, Sir Blue Knight? Wait, now you're calling me Sir Blue Knight instead of Sab. That is but a taste of the knightly knowledge of the Inquisition. Wow, Sir Barnum cut through that baker's witchery like a hot knife through butter. With similar witchery, also logic. I expected nothing less from the hand of Barnum. The hand went into the hole, you know what, never mind. Oh, to be able to shake that powerful hand someday. Rordi Hara Karine. That's Inquisitor. Isn't quite what he first appeared. Yeah, it sure seems that way. Just a moment ago, it seemed like he'd never even heard of logical debate. Now he's suddenly using it against us. And yet, he's not a witch. Oh, how funny is that? This guy's no joke, that's for sure. Okay, that's starting to make me laugh a little bit. I hope I don't... that's not going to become a thing that I start laughing my ass off at, is it? Now then, most honorable witnesses, I ask that you lend us your aid once more. Make up some new stories about what you saw, and let's get this started. I request that you all testify to the court once more. Tell us which occurred first, the dropping of the lantern, or the casting of the spell. Witnesses, you may begin your testimonies. How do people remember all this? You know, like, I always hear about these cases where, like, somebody robs a store or something, and then you have those witnesses that say, like, what he was wearing, and I'm like, I don't pay attention to what every single person I see is wearing, you know? Like, how do people remember that stuff? I don't know, dude. Tell this court in your own words about the sequence of events which transpired tonight. Witness testicles. About the sequence of events. Of course, I guess I get to go first, huh? Hell yeah. That lantern fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignize. Sploosh! I'm as straw as snowy as white. I made certain to keep my eyes peeled on that milk bucket after all. Besides, how can you be sure the lantern fell just because it has a little mud on it? These eyes do not lie. I saw the lantern in the accused's hand when the incantation was uttered. Okay. Alright. You got it. Figures. Their testimonies are all over the place now. These full testimonies, they are most interesting. The witnesses all saw the same thing, and yet, people's memories are evidently quite fickle. They can never be a truly reliable source. They can change the color of a car. Well then, Professor, with enough poking and prodding, I bet we can really cause their testimonies to crumble. Of course, we need to exploit their fickle memories to turn this thing around. We got this, Nick. We'll press them so hard they won't even remember what they had for breakfast. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. Me neither. Actually, I can. I had a burrito. Now, Sir Baker, you may begin your interrogation. Here I go. We haven't seen any of the things where, like, you press something and it adds another statement at the end or whatever that wasn't there before. I wonder if that's going to happen. Of course, the lantern fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignize. Sploosh. Sploosh, what are you playing, Wind Waker? Hey, you look like that guy from Wind Waker, actually. The lantern fell after the incantation. Are you positive about that? I say, I'm positively positive that I'm positive. Heard her voice, and then sploosh. That's sploosh. Was that the sound of the lantern hitting the ground? Indeed. But of course, do you see? Can you see? But if you look at the lantern, you'll notice that the glass is shattered. You specifically said you heard a sploosh. Shouldn't you have heard the sound of the glass shattering when it hit the ground? Ooh, good job, Phoenix. I didn't even think about that. The sound of glass shattering? No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift. Unless she... They're doing it. They're doing this now. This is a great Ace Attorney thing. Holy shit, dude. I was gonna say, like, well, I was being sarcastic. I said, now there's gonna be a spell that makes people deaf or something. I was present in an area a bit farther away from the crime scene, you see. I have no recollection of hearing such a sound. But it looks like she did. No recollection. Precisely so. I'll have you know I can easily hear a dog barking across town. Do not underestimate my hearing. I wasn't. Relax, Gramps. There is nothing of interest in this testimony. Will the witness with the goat please proceed with her testimony? On with it. Ha! Oh, right. You mean us. You startled us, didn't you, Snowy? Wow, wait a minute. I'm the one that's cross-examining here, yet you went straight to her. Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, here we go. I'm as far as Snowy as white. I may sort to keep my eyes peeled on the milk bucket, after all. You're just all about that bucket, man, I tell you. But earlier, you stated that Miss Cantabella had the lantern hanging from her wrist. Well, not quite. We didn't say for certain. We only believed it was on her wrist. Ah, believed? Yes, precisely. You know how you sniff milk when you're not quite sure if it's gone bad? And then your nose is assaulted by that foul odor that you weren't expecting? Well, it's a bit like that. Heed my words, madam. Do not make a habit of stealing for your own safety. And stop the animal abuse. We said we're sorry. Please, it's all Snowy. Oh, for a second there, I thought she was like talking like that other girl. Oh, brother. Oh, brother, where art thou? I've never seen that movie. I've heard it's really good, though. Is it? I don't know. If any of you guys have seen it, let me know. Anyway, can we confidently say that we both saw the milk bucket, right, Precious? And as for the lantern falling, we don't know much about that, do we now, schnookums? Schnookums. Besides, how can you be sure the lantern fell just because it has a little mud on it? What do you mean? Well, maybe the mud was already on the lantern before any of this happened. Did you ever think of that? Not really. Before any of this happened. Like, maybe it's been there since last week. It did rain last week, too, after all. It rains all the time here. And if that's the case, then there really isn't any point arguing about whether or not she dropped the lantern, right? Indeed. What say you, Defender? I say ketchup. I say take a closer look at the lantern. You'll notice there's mud on the glass. Mud on the glass? Yeah, the lantern wouldn't be very useful with all that mud blocking out the light. Miss Kira, I'd say your little theory regarding this lantern is muddy at best. Oh yeah. That's a lot of effort to just take down one witness, boy, I tell you. Like appointed witnesses till the cows come home. Man, I'm so hungry I could eat my own head. But that wouldn't turn this testimony into anything I can use. I gotta find a lead somewhere. Well, look no further than Mr. John Cena over here in 30 years. Maybe 20. I don't know, he's getting pretty old though. His eyes do not lie. I saw the lantern in the accused's hand when the incantation was uttered. That's not good. This is important. Are you sure you really saw that lantern? You are but a petty baker, are you not? It is not your place to be telling me what is important. There is but one thing of importance. Ridding this town of its witches as quickly as possible. No, the witches get to stay. Hardly. I'd say this is far more important. Oh, what? We are trying. We're trying to find out the truth here. I think he likes the sound. I think he likes me. I don't know, dude. How absurd. That girl is a witch, I say. A witch. I would stake my entrance into the Knights of the Inquisition on it. You hesitated, though. Listen well, whelp. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Please. Oh, shit. Yes, Sir Barnum. Many young men within the ranks of the knighthood share your level of passion. However, you let your ambition completely blind you, the same way that a muddy lantern leaves one blind and helpless in the dark. Was that a hint? Yes, indeed. I would say he is quite the tough motivator. Damn right. What do you think, Nick? Did you notice anything fishy? Yeah, possibly. I think there may be something I can use. Really? Wow, I didn't hear anything special. There was definitely something out of place about that one witness's testimony. It was something I haven't noticed from any of the other witnesses so far. It appears you may have found something, Mr. Wright. Good on you, mate. A 4-witness cross-examination. This is something I've never done before, except for when I did it 2 minutes ago. Well, I guess he's saying he's never... Yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe there's another way I should be tackling this. I believe it is worth trusting that intuition, Mr. Wright. Okay, got it. Alright, let's try pressing that old man one more time. Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't have to tell me that. I remember, because she was reacting to his testimony. Lantern fell to the ground with the incantation of his eyes. Sploosh. Wait, no, go back. I'm not sure how to make this work, because I couldn't seem to, like, do anything, but let me see. The lantern fell after the incantation. Are you positive about that? I say I'm positively positive, but I'm positive I heard her voice and then sploosh. Okay, so this was the lantern hitting the ground, and when he gets up to this part about the broken glass, she, like, reacts. Specifically said you heard a sploosh and you heard glass shattering, and... It sounded glass shattering. No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift. Presto! And there it is. Now, how do we go to her? Let me try. Okay, wait, it's just gonna... There it is. Right there, I knew I heard something strange. Huh? But old Greybeard didn't say anything weird. Maya, it's not the old guy that said something weird. It's the person next to him. Next to him? Ah, look there, Professor. The goat lady. She looks really deep in thought. Man, sorry I keep yawning. It would seem she has noticed something odd in this elderly gentleman's testimony. Ah. That's right, these cross-examinations have 4 witnesses. Hey, Nick, it looks like we're not the only ones paying attention to these testimonies. You're right, which means if they're all listening to each other's testimonies... Correct, Mr. Wright. Each witness is fully aware of themselves and their own actions when in the middle of their own testimonies. However, It is while listening to the testimonies of others that witnesses may sometimes reveal the most valuable information. I see, it's habitual. They can't tell they're doing it, but I can. And I'm going to use it to turn the tide back in our favor. In fact, I do believe I may have spotted our first opening with which to test this new technique. Mr. Wright, could I draw your attention to the touch screen? Yeah, sure. Sliding the magnifying glass during a witness testimony will allow you to shift your focus across to another witness. Right, so the important thing here isn't the witness that's in mid-testimony, it's the other witnesses listening. It's just a matter of catching them off guard and questioning them. Hell yeah, we've done this before. How about we try questioning the goat lady next to old Greybeard? All I have to do is slide the magnifying glass over to that witness. So there it is. Boom, right there. Now we question... Hang on! Oh, I never heard that before. Hang on, nice. Excuse me, Miss Mary. Oh, did you mean us? No, I mean you. But Snowy and I have nothing else left to say. I knew it. I caught her completely by surprise. Mr. Wordsmith just gave his testimony. Ugh, I forgot that was his actual name, and I thought I was making up a name for him like Sawyer on Lost. He told us all about the sound he heard when the lantern fell to the ground. Mr. Wordsmith didn't seem too sure, but I wonder if you might happen to have something to say about this. Huh? Well, that's... Oh my gosh. I'm drawing in the air again. Is that all right, Sir Barnum? May we answer the question? You may. Do what you will, madam. There's no need for formalities. Yeah, like seriously, we're having a conversation here. Well, we'll try and explain, won't we, Snowy? The truth is we did hear something. That is to say, we heard the sound of the lantern's glass shattering. We're sure of it. It was frighteningly loud. That's... I don't know if that's good or not, actually. It quite startled us, didn't it, Snowy dear? I looked in the direction of the sound, but I couldn't see anything, let alone the girl or those two thieves. It was a tad dark, after all. When the glass shattered, the flame inside must have gone out, hence she could not see them. That seems to be the gist of it. Then as I peered into the darkness, I heard it. You heard it? What did you hear exactly? You know, that! I heard the glass shattered then. Oh, no. Okay, sure. Dang it, dude. Can't get them off of that. But how would... That's weird. What did you just say? Now hold it right there, witness. Yes, me lord. The glass shattered when the lantern fell. Then after that, you heard the incantation for the spell ignites. Do you swear to this court that this is without a doubt correct? You better. Yes, maybe, I think. Ugh, I think. How about my testimony? What of my oratorical observations? Shut up. That blasted spell ignites occurred first, then the lantern plummeted to the ground. I heard no such thing. There was no sound of shattering glass. Absurd, simply absurd. So the lantern fell and the glass shattered. That does not change the very fact that this girl is a witch. This is all over the place. Holy shit, dude. I hate to disappoint you, but that's not quite the case. In fact, this testimony changes things a lot. Wouldn't you agree, Inquisitor Artem? What is the meaning of this? Let's go over what we know so far. Yeah, let's do that. In order for a witch to use any magic, they must be holding a witch's scepter. And yet none of the four witnesses saw the defendant holding a scepter of any kind. That's because the scepter was made to disappear with a spell Demir, correct? At the time of the crime, the two victims... I'm thinking about something at the same time, I guess. Didn't they say that the spell to make it reappear was Amir? What if somebody said, come here, and made it appear? I don't know. It was just, of course, nobody saw it, so, like, I don't think... At the time of the crime, the two victims grabbed Miss Cantabella's arm, causing her to drop the lantern onto the ground. If, at the time, she was in fact holding an invisible scepter, then the scepter must have fallen when she dropped the lantern. Now, let's say hypothetically that Miss Cantabella really is a witch. In order to use any magic, she would have to have recited the spell before dropping the scepter exactly. However, as our witness Miss Mary has just stated in her testimony, she heard the incantation for Ignites after hearing the lantern's glass shatter. Oh yeah, you take that. You take it. You shriek. You shriek. You do all understand what that means, don't you? It means that Miss Cantabella, the supposed witch you've locked up, could not possibly have cast any magic. Therefore, the defendant, Bella Cantabella, is clearly, in no way, shape, or form, a witch. What that means is that she's not guilty of this crime. It doesn't mean she's not a witch, though. Maybe she's a good witch. I don't know. Such frivolity, do you realize what you're insinuating? Do you really think she is not a witch? Such nonsense! Did any of you even listen to my testimony? We did, but you're wrong! There was no glass shattering! Are you calling me a liar, missy? You couldn't even see the mud on the lantern when it was plain as day! Y'all shut up. What ridiculous claims, all of you! Oh, hush. Take your little toy sword and go back to playing pretend, Sir Knight! It gets funnier every time. Uh-oh. Okay. Surprise! Witnesses. This is a court of law, not a playground. Must I remind you of the importance of these proceedings? Witches and their magic threaten our fair town of Labyrinthia. Your words here today could decide the fate of every single citizen within our walls. Do you understand? As such, I expect each of you to take your role seriously and testify honestly about what you saw. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. All of yous guys. Yup. Damn. This prosecutor guy's pretty cool. I like him. In all my days as judge of this court, I've never seen such behavior. All your days, really? That's a lot of days. Are you sure? Behavior that leaves a cloud of doubt over the credibility of each of your testimonies. Indeed, my lord. Quite a miserable set of witnesses, this lot. I see. It would appear this trial has come to a sudden halt. Huh? So that must mean... Quite right. It means you have won this trial, Mr. Wright. No, we have not won this trial. Don't do that. Don't play me. We've won? I can hardly believe the situation we found ourselves in. I did not anticipate this trial ending with such a strange turn of events. But due to these witnesses' dubious credibility, I can see no reason to continue. And here comes... What say you, Inquisitor Barnum? He's not done yet. He's got something. Oh! He's acquiescing. Wait, this isn't over. What is going on? They're actually going to let this witch run free through the town? Curses! If it wasn't for that witch and her friends.
Hold it!
Oh, it's that old guy. Oh, hang on. Whoa, who is...
This trial ain't even close to being over.
He's one of the guys.
Not before I take the stand to testify.
Some guy.
Order! Order! Who is this this buffoon?
This buffoon! This balloon burst.
Behold! Who am I, you ask? Who am I? Why? I'm the man that's gonna single-handedly save this trial. I'm the fifth witness.
Oh, wait, maybe he's not. He looks kind of like one of the guys in the... Can we look at that? Can we look at that picture again? I don't know if, I thought maybe he was one of the guys that was accosting her, but... Well, wait a minute. What am I talking about? They're dead! Dude, seriously.
Say what?
Get with it. Say what?
What?
Even Barnum
Yeah.
didn't see this one coming.
Well, since he voice acted that, I might count that what. And that one. Just as I thought, this trial was going down the drain before I got here. Okay, you lot, assemble. We need a strategy meeting ASAP. I say, who are you? Thank goodness you showed up. We can't give up now, everyone. It has come down to this, or it has come down to this. 2 arms, everyone. We shall do battle against that baker and that hat seller. It's like a freaking... Oh my god. It's like a cult or something. Truly fascinating. It seems a new witness has taken the stand. What's more, he appears to be quite the formidable witness. Yeah, well, he's... Oh, look at this! Okay, this is actually kind of cute. This trial is still far from over. I knew it. I knew it had to be. Man. Oh, to be continued. Yeah, well, I tell you. I guess I have been going for almost 2 hours here. Alright, welcome back to Professor Layton. I think this is just a continuation of the video, so I don't really have to say hey, but hey. Well, so much for a fun evening at home. The knights came and crashed our party. They were shouting all about a witch and a witch trial. Talk about coming out of left field. They arrested Espella and dragged her to the courthouse under suspicion of being one of those witches they mentioned. And if she's found guilty, oh, you know, they'll only throw her into a pit of fire. They're joking, right? May very well not be. I don't think they are. We watched them do it to someone else. And now this fifth witness came along all of a sudden and is like, oh, I'm gonna be the game changer here. Well then, we will now continue with the trial of Espella. She needs to put that fucking goat down. I'm so full of hatred for that woman right now. Oh boy. A group of witnesses huddling up before a joint testimony in a witch trial. You can't make this stuff up. You sure can't. Inquisitor Barnum, if I may ask you a question. Yes, my lord. We now have 5 witnesses on the stand, so I must ask. Why was this obnoxious-looking man left out of your initial group of witnesses? Take 2 guesses. Baldy's right, Barnum. That's just cold-blooded. No, it's not. There is but one reason, my lord. I did not know this witness even existed. Well, crap. You, sir, failed to come forward. Now I'm going to cut your head off. When we were asking for witnesses for this very trial, you were nowhere to be seen. Now all of a sudden, you're just everywhere. Well, it's because I didn't hear a peep about it. I ain't usually around at night except for maybe at Rouge's Tavern. Oh no, Rouge the Bat? I don't even know who that is, I just know the name. So you're basically telling us that you were up all night drinking. And you're still drinking even now. Anyway, it's all water under the bridge now as far as I'm concerned. In your case, piss under the bridge. Just leave the rest of yours truly. Har 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 har! It's a pirate, huh? During the last interrogation, the defender brought forth some surprising proof. Namely, that there was little possibility the accused could have used magic. I've never heard such a claim. It must be the doing of this logic. What rubbish. Logic, you say? I ain't got a clue what that is. Is that like a lodge you stay in, but it's full of puke? But I do know this dead bread bacon baker ought to head back to the bakery. Eloquently said. Oi, Gramps, give me and my partners over here a chance to speak. You want to know how this witch managed to be holding that scepter, don't you? I would love to know what your explanation is, because I can't possibly imagine at all. I can't see myself, so you can't either. Oh, well. Oh, when you say Gramps, you wouldn't mean me, would you? I fail to see anyone else meeting such a description. Wow, Judge should take that as a compliment. Well, we'll show you she's a witch. I'll bet Snowy's beautiful white coat on it. On guard. Jeez. Alright, team, let's do this. Witnesses. Holy crap. The camaraderie between these guys is, dare I say, a little bit endearing. Just not sure I care for what they stand for at this point. Yes, well, let us proceed with the testimonies then. Why do I feel like I've totally lost control of this situation? I'm not sure Barnum feels any better about it, to be honest. We're starting with you, huh? Number 4? Why you first? It's clear as day, Espella is a witch. We are not backing down on this. When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not yet in her hands. The scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back. See how they just keep changing the story? It could have been this, it could have been that, you know, but... forget about proving anything, no. The rogues grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter. Must have had. Must have. Yeah, that's how we accuse people. Must have been this. Yes. That's easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick. You not know what a scepter is? So, she had the witch's scepter behind her back now. Well, that's interesting. You know, it's like, okay. She then dropped the lantern and reached for the scepter after it fell. If that is the case, then it must have been possible for the accused to have used magic. Ugh, it's possible then. Okay. This is bad. Thanks to this guy, now all the witnesses seem extra determined to pin this thing on Espella. Like, what do they got to gain from it? Well, I guess they figured they were thinking of the safety of the village, which is understandable. You know, if that's really how the, you know, you can't really blame people for how they've been conditioned to think, you know. There's something about that in The Long Walk, but I'm not going to get into it. They each harbor a shared anger towards witches and magic, such as the cause of their strong desire to see a guilty verdict passed as quickly as possible. However, such confidence is undoubtedly bound to cloud their better judgment and thinking. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think these guys mean any real harm, but they are all riled up. They don't even realize how distorted their idea of what happened tonight has become. They don't realize how topical this is. At least, that's how it seems. Why did you say that while looking at that guy, I wonder? This isn't good, Professor. The witnesses aren't thinking straight. They're completely blind to the truth. Well, all I have to say is this, Sir Baker, Sir Wright. Oh, thank you for calling me by my name. You're not calling me Sab anymore. That's wonderful. Jeez. You do not appear to be a mere simple baker. That much is clear. On the other hand, you are no ordinary defender, either. No, he certainly isn't. Never before, in all my years, has a defender managed to clash into battle with me here on this battlefield as an equal. Is that a compliment, or are you frustrated? Sir Blue Knight, this trial has not yet been decided. You know, usually their nicknames for us are a lot harsher than Sir Blue Knight. It's not like, you know, Trite, or, you know, Hair Forehead, or any of that crap. If there is any doubt in your interrogation, I will not hesitate to strike your case down where it stands. Okay, I understand. Defender, please begin your interrogation and stop raising your voice. Jesus Christ, it's 11:30 p.m. You were supposed to start recording at 8. You had all the time in the world, and yet you're sitting here at 11:30 just start because you got busy watching YouTube videos. Don't you just love it? It's clear as day. Espel is a witch. We are not backing down on this. Well, I'm backing down on you. Not backing down, you say? What do you think that means? That's right. Espel is a witch. That's our story, and we're sticking to it. Slap. This is a courtroom, Miss Kira. This is a karate dojo, not a knitting class. We're not interested in your story. We're interested in the truth. Oh, you know what I think? I think stories have the power to touch our lives in really meaningful ways. I do not disagree. What do you mean? Last year, I read a book about a flower girl who brought peace to the world with all the pretty flowers she sold. Then she fell in love with some guy and then she died. It was really tragic. Because of that story, now I tell myself, Kira, one day you'll fill the world with beautiful flowers of your own. And look, here I am. That story inspires me to sell more flowers. It's pretty much the same as this trial. Okay, maybe she's not a witch. That would be silly anyway. What a very touching story. Makes me want to touch myself. Indeed, I'm going to cut you off right there, Judge. I have heard many a truer tale. Would you agree, Sir Blue Knight? Actually, I think I would. Maybe it's just me, but I'd have preferred something a little more relevant. Yeah, I'm afraid our logic may do us no good here. Let's move on to the next witness, shall we? Yeah, on we go. To Mr. Corn on the Cob here. When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not yet in her hands. You don't know anything, do you? No matter how many times we ask, you still say you didn't see the scepter, huh, Gramps? Yeah, I guess I didn't. I ask you, youngling, were you paying attention to this trial? Yeah, I think so. I don't know, that was 2 days ago. Well, then magic made the scepter invisible, did it not? Thus, my old age clouding of my vision has nothing to do with anything. The scepter actually vanished. What I'm saying is, if it really was invisible, you wouldn't be able to actually prove it. Not so, young one. We can prove it. The girl is a witch. There's your proof. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. So my old age clouding of my... is this just... I don't know, is it just me, or are these guys, like, really infuriating to listen to? My old age clouding of my memories has nothing to do with anything. The scepter magic actually vanished, you see. The scepter magic... Oh, okay, we get it. Yeah, we totally do. When the lantern fell, you claimed the scepter was still not in her hand yet, so that means she must have bent over then, right, to pick it up? The scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back. Must have. The witch's scepter was behind her back. Well, it's like my little snowflake here. Whenever my darling gets too heavy, I hoist him and carry him on my back. You mean your baby goat, right? No, I mean my husband. Wait, no, yes, there isn't a cuter little goat in this entire courtroom. Right, Precious? This goat's name is Emil. It's a Severance reference. How about that? I know it's been asked already, but you didn't see the witch's scepter, did you? Well, no, but it must have been made invisible by magic and then put on her back. You know, Snowy is still such a tiny little thing. If I put him on my back, you can hardly see him. I hardly see the point of that comment. So the accused grabbed the witch's scepter after the lantern fell. Hello, Shield Man. Is he getting shy on us, or like, is he starting to reconsider? I don't know. The rogues grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter. This might be our weak spot here? I don't know. Are you alright? Feeling alright, sir? What? Why? Why? Well, for one thing, you're hiding behind what I assume is a shield. Yeah? Well played, Blue Knight. You managed to see through my steel guard technique. Your steel what technique? My steel guard technique. Do I need to say it in Bostonese? You tried to penetrate the depths of my mind and deceive me once with your witchcraft of words, but you will find your words are futile against the strength of my shield, crafted from wood rather than steel. Harder than steel, actually. Now then, have at you. Attack me if you dare. Okay, maybe not. You're like that guy in Fire Emblem, that huge... Oh, I wish I could remember his name. I feel bad that I don't. Just listen a second. Looking at the sketch, it's quite clear the accused could not have held the scepter in the same hand carrying the lantern. Witness, explain to the court just how the accused held the scepter. Alright, here we go. That's easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick. Oh, and a burp. She put the milk bucket down. Is that what he said? Reckon if she did that, she'd have no problem holding that thing. Yeah, hang on a second. But none of the other witnesses have said anything about seeing her put the bucket on the ground. That's because they're all stupid. But no one said a thing about not seeing her put the bucket down either, right? Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Do we have something here? Excuse me, Miss Kira. Oh, not again. Don't look at me. Ah, yes, what is it? Tell me, what do you think of this witness's testimony just now? The accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one has said anything about this until now. Why, you're right. How odd. Uh-oh. Everyone must have simply forgotten, myself included. Aw. Messing with your memories here. But yeah, Espella definitely did put that milk bucket down. I guess, now that he said she did, I guess I believe that. Because I don't have any memories of my own. That way she was able to easily grab her scepter and use magic. Easy peasy, right? The nerve, Nick. It looks like she's trying to peg Espella as a witch every chance she gets. Really, I don't know how much more of this testimony I can stand. Tell me about it. My God! Okay. It's clear as day, Espella is a witch. We are not backing down on this. Okay, so she and, well, I guess we never finished the other guy's thing. We went to her. But what was the rest of his then? There was more there, right, if I didn't go to her. She put the milk bucket down, that's right. She didn't have no problem holding that thing. Objection! None of the other witnesses said anything about seeing her, and he's like, well, she did. No one said anything about not seeing her put the bucket down either, right? Okay. Let's just keep going. Well, yeah, but... There you go. These lot probably just didn't see it happen is all. Never question a witness. That's what me pappy always said. Yar. Ain't a doubt in me mind. That witch put the bucket down before using the scepter. If that is indeed accurate, then it would seem we may have found our truth. You mean the truth that you're making up for the third time now? Great. These testimonies, something's definitely not right here. What do you think, Nick? There's no way this disappearing scepter explains what actually happened. I mean, no one saw anything. How can anyone prove it was there? This is starting to get really annoying. Oh, tell me. They can talk all they want about an invisible scepter, but no way is anything slipping under my radar. I do believe that is correct, Mr. Wright. Somehow, we must find a clue that can lead us to another opening. Yeah, you're right. And I think Mr. Personality over there may be the key to doing just that. You don't say. Yeah, okay. The only thing that seemed weird to me was just that he didn't know what it was called. He's like, scepter. He was like, magic stick. What do we have to present here? Magic scepter, need to cast spells. Develop a spell depend on the magic gems. Yeah, magic stick though, boy. Is this... I don't think it's as simple as just presenting the stick, though. Is it? Maybe. I'm not sure what else... Wait a minute. These glasses are going to come up sooner or later. Not now, though. And Mary brought it back to her farm, and then there's the case outline. I'm just going to try the stick here and see what happens. Uh-oh. I think we might be off here. There's a huge contradiction in this testimony, Your Honor. Nope, there actually isn't. I'm going to take your shield away now. Unfortunately, I do not see anything out of the ordinary here, Defender. Shoot, I was way too hasty in present. I actually kind of was, wasn't I? You know what they say, Nick? Haste makes waste. I have heard that before. Oh, man. It's easy, the girl just put the bucket on the ground. Okay, so, wait. But she was the one reacting to him, right? Wait, the ropes wrapped around the hand that held the lantern. She must stand other way holding that scepter. The scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back. When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not yet in her hands. But, like, could they make something vanish and then drop it and it still be vanished? You know, and then pick it up again? I don't know. It does say they have to be touching it, though. I wonder if this is it, actually. Just put the bucket on the ground and picked up the witch's thing. Still wonder if it has something to do with him not knowing what a scepter is, or not knowing the word. Wanna try this? Okay, no, it's not this either. There, how's that for decisive evidence? Nope, I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, you just got really stupid in the last half hour. What's going on here? Defender, please refrain from hurling such ridiculous evidence. Sorry, Your Honor. Uh-oh, now he's getting mad. Or next time it shall be you that is hurled from this courtroom, Sir Blue Knight. Yeah, I'm good. No need to get physical. No need to get physical. Okay, then. Well, what about the bucket? Hang on a second. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's scepter. Mary brought it back to her farm. I wonder... Well, I tried the scepter already. I haven't tried the bucket, and that's the only thing he's mentioned here. What is this? Oh, yes, case outline. Okay. That's not going to be it. The eyeglasses. Maybe the bucket? I'll try it. Man, I'm not sure, though. Oh, well, okay, there you go. I'm not sure what that has to do with it, like, being put down, or... Well, let me see. I'm afraid what really happened is not quite so simple. What? What you talking about? I don't know either, dude. It had only just stopped raining moments before the crime took place. As a result, the ground was very... Oh, so there should have been mud on the bucket. Yeah, it's not going to go out of its way to say, oh, the bucket was totally clean of mud, you know, so that you would think to do that later. If Miss Cantabella really placed this bucket on the ground like you claimed she did, then it should be caked with mud. It should be caked in cuck, just like the lantern was after it fell. It's perfect sense, actually. Okay, thank God. We lost a couple points there. Well, I'd say that clears up your muddy testimony, wouldn't you? Well, hey Barnum, help me out here, buddy. What? I want to count that what. It was just so... Oh, I love that he said it. You just gonna sit there looking pretty? Come on, give me a hand here. Wow, he's actually asking for help. Flattery will get you nowhere, witness, other than perhaps to the dungeon. At any rate... Oh, excuse me. There is but one question we ought to ask. Why is there no mud on that bucket? Hiccup. Well, I guess those yawns that I was promising didn't turn out to come. To the witness with the goat, may I ask you a question? Huh? Are you talking to us? Indeed I am. You admitted to the court that you returned home with the milk bucket. Illegally, I must add. My, oh my, such harsh words, Inquisitor. Well, they're true. When you took the bucket home, you must have simply wiped the mud from the bucket, is that correct? Oh, yes, that must have been it. Thank you. Awesome. Now we can keep going with this story, can't we? Well, wait a minute. You know, now that you mention it. Huh? Are we actually... That milk bucket? Oh, that's right, I remember now. I don't know if what was on the bucket was mud exactly, but it certainly was dirty. Before taking it inside with me, I remember wiping it clean with an old rag. I mean, if she did, she did. Like, I'm gonna... Are you kidding me? Yeah. Exceptional work, Inquisitor Barnum. Right. It all makes perfect sense. See, we were right all along, weren't we, Inquisitor Barnum? I knew that sword weren't just for show, Barnum. You sliced his argument in two. Hell yeah, dude. Witness, Miss Mary? What is it? You're absolutely sure there was mud stuck to this milk bucket? Oh my, well, truth be told, I don't remember whether it was mud exactly. It might have been my goat's poop. It could have been. But I do remember cleaning the bucket off when I got home. Erpling rock. Oh, hey, I got some gems. Let's get them. It would seem, the defense has failed to disprove the witness's claims. Of that, we can be irrefutably certain. To coin an Earthbound phrase from the Stoic Club. Ha 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 ha! That'll teach you, Bluey. Bluey. I never saw that. What is that, a show or a game? I can never remember. You got that right. Do me a favor, will you, Gramps? I want to change me testimony just a tiny bit. Well, there's a big surprise. Oh, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise. I will allow it, only if the witness refrains from name-calling in the future. Yeah, there you go. You got it, my lord. Well, all this court mumbo-jumbo's left me thirstier than a dog in a desert. Or Finn. How did he survive that anyway? Much less the other guy. Shit. Well, he's making this very hard to imagine how he could have survived it. Holy crap, how much is in there? How much is in there? What, are you making an ASMR video or something? My god, dude. That witch there was holding the stick. I even heard her say the incantation thingy. That's right, I witnessed it all. Did you? I don't think you did. But no one knows for sure if Miss Cantabella dropped that milk bucket on the ground. Because there's no mud on it. Is that what you're saying? Hey, we went over this already. We know the goat lady wiped off all the mud. Yeah, but it could have been goat poop. However, Miss Mary doesn't clearly remember whether or not it was mud that was stuck on the bucket. We really don't remember, but maybe. Her eyes are really weird when she does this. I guess maybe there was mud on it. I mean, she couldn't hold the scepter without putting the bucket on the ground. Miss Mary, please give it a definitive answer. Y'all dumb Bluey, talk all you want, cause it ain't gonna help, you see. Yeah? The 5 of us, we saw that witch. What she went and did. We saw it clear as day. Did I hear? Oh god, yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, let's take a look. Hang on. Excuse me, mister, you didn't see it. And we're gonna talk about your eyesight again here in a second, I'm imagining. Earth to Gramps. I think he's just doing the Macarena. Wait, that's not the Macarena, that's the macaroni. Defender, when you say Gramps, might you by any chance referring to me? No, of course not, Your Honor. Talking to that dude, talking to the corn on the cob over there. I don't think he's... No, okay, he's there. Back with us, huh? Hey, welcome back, everybody. I heard you quite clearly the first time, young man. These ears hear all the crackling of the fire, the whispering of the crowd, and now your voice. If that's the case, then allow me to ask you a question. You were clearly deep in thought just now. Do you have something to say about this man's testimony? Indeed so. I felt something was amiss. However, what that means I cannot say. Amiss? Witness, can you tell us? What precisely was amiss with this third-rate testimony from this third-rate witness? Damn. What a burn, Barnum. 5 heads are better than 1, 10 eyeballs are better than 2. As I listened to this man's testimony, I could not help but become aware of something most odd. Oh, wow, a new picture here. Tonight, when the crime occurred, we all made haste to that terrible scene. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated throughout the air, the shadows of those present cast through the dim light. And yet, there were but 4 figures standing in that vicinity, myself included. 4? Hold on one second. So you, Estella, and the 2 guys? What about the other guys? All the other witnesses? You're saying that there were only 4 witnesses at the crime scene. Oh, okay, I think he just means 4 witnesses. Wait a minute. These eyes may be old, but they know what they saw. And now suddenly that's what you remember too. How amazing. Something the matter, Miss Mary? He's rewriting our memories! No, it's just that Snowy and I are trying to remember what happened at the time. Okay, so there she is. I remember the flames erupting into the air. That's when Snowy and I made our mad dash to save the precious milk. And when those 2 ruffians were set ablaze, the flame filled the area with light. In that sudden flash of light, we could see that there were other people around, besides ourselves. And that's when I saw them, the other people that scrambled to the scene along with us. I'm quite sure of it. There were only 4 of us there at the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Hold it, madam. What in blazes is going on? We have 5 witnesses on the stand. Oh, God. No, there's no way I was actually right. There's no way. That means we have 1 witness too many. Don't be stupid. Oh, you lot better stop speaking out of turn, arr. All for one and one for all, remember? We all promised to take this witch down together, didn't we? It's not quite that simple. We saw what we saw. Well, I say it's all about the numbers, and I counted, I say. I'll have you know my counting is flawless. On nights when sleep eludes me, I can count sheep from moonrise to sunrise. 4 witnesses, 5 witnesses, what difference does it make? Things all started getting muddled when you showed up. Oh. What the? You guys were losing until I came in here. Look, I had everything under control till you let us down here. I was there, you fool. Didn't I just finish saying that? My testimony is strong as steel. My voice is very similar to the third guy, but I don't care, even if it's not completely stainless. Uh-oh, we got YouTube alerts again. Order! Order, I said, order! Oh my gosh, I'm surprised, suddenly. What is going on here? You claim the number of witnesses does not add up? I have never paid witness to such an outrageous conflict. Slap! There is but one answer to this puzzle, a single possibility. What do you mean? A possibility, something that could be, and therefore must be. Let me play that game too. Without a doubt, magic must have been used at the scene of the crime. Furthermore, it would indeed appear that there were only 4 witnesses present at the scene. And yet, currently, we are faced with 5 witnesses testifying to the court. That certainly is quite a fatal contradiction, with only one possible answer. Would you not agree, Mr. Wright? The answer, it can't be. Huh. Well, that was the supposed answer, Sir Blue Knight. Where are you going with this? I can't wait to find out. What's your explanation for the current number of witnesses? They didn't see things correctly. The witch cast a spell on them. One of them is the witch. Man, I'm tired of being right. While it might seem far-fetched, the reality is actually rather simple. The real witch and the real murderer in this case is actually one of these 5 witnesses. Oh! Heyo! What? It gets funnier every time! You're telling us that the witch is amongst this group of witnesses? What utter rubbish. There is no possible way that such a claim could be true. Such a claim, oh. That's right, you got a lot of nerve accusing one of us of being a witch. Well, there's only 2 of you. If witches are always female, then, like, we gotta narrow down to 2. We have told you nothing but the truth, yet you still have the gall to bat around such an outrageous accusation. Behold, behold, as my trusty shield deflects your pretty words like the petty words that they are. Pretty words, petty words. There's a car. Inquisitor Barnum. Yes, my lord. I would like to see a sketch of the crime scene at the time of the incident. Do you have one in your possession? Yeah, I do. Certainly, my lord. I have one here. Wait, you had... the whole time, you had this, and we're just... okay. I requested it from the court illustrator, just in case. Because I guess the court illustrator was there, too. Ha ha ha! Very well, witnesses. I would like each of you to mark your location. Oh, okay, I get it. He's just drawing the location. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah. Here on this crime scene sketch. Quickly now. The number of witnesses doesn't add up. It looks like we're getting somewhere now, but we haven't even scratched the surface of this case yet. What? We've been on this case for like an hour and a half here, or 2 hours, and it's all thanks to this top hat wearing gentleman. You know it. Thank you, mister. Thank you so much. Man, when he... oh. What? The court accepts this crime scene sketch into evidence. Sure, yeah, we got a lot more evidence to go, though. If one of the witnesses is the witch, that could only mean one thing. Somebody here isn't telling the truth. That would indeed appear to be the case, Mr. Wright. Oh my god. Listen well, Sir Blue Knight. The path you tread now is a dangerous one. If you fuck this up, you're gonna be the one getting... Anyway, claiming that a witch is among these most honorable witnesses is a serious accusation. Should it prove to be a false one, I won't just be talking in metaphors for much longer here. You will find yourself at the other end of my sword. Do I make myself clear? Clear as crystal Pepsi, Your Honor. Or I mean, you're whoever you are. But that wasn't so much my suggestion. I mean, the gentleman here with the lovely top hat was the one who urged me to say it. Oh god, don't throw him under the bus. It is the same thing, Sir Blue Knight. These are the same picture. Indeed, it is the same thing, Sir Baker. Deal with it. It is the same thing, Mr. Wright. Now get off my back. Oh, he didn't do it that time. He didn't dab. Now, ready your sword. He's like, I got no dukes, dude. Were you listening? You claim the witch is not the accused and that someone else at the crime scene was the true culprit. If what you say is true, then surely you can tell the court exactly where this person was at the time of the crime, can you not? Come now, Sir Blue Knight. Only you can enlighten us as to who this real witch actually is. Sir Doughy Defender. Are we actually gonna have to pick one now? Show us where the witch was at the exact moment the murder took place. Holy shit, dude. We're actually going with this. Alright, so here's the night guy. Here's Espella, I reckon. That is Espella, right? Yeah, because the girl's over here. Then there's him. I don't know, the knight's over here. Oh, this is the other dude. Okay, these two. Yeah, these are the two dudes. That's Espella. So you saw it from over here. You were there, and you were there. I'm just gonna go with my theory here. Got it. The real witch was probably this person right here, I think. Probably. This person. I think. Uh-oh. I think I might be wrong here. You're so bad at this defender stuff, it makes me want to drink. Gulp, gulp, gulp. If I may, Mr. Wright, remember that if one of these witnesses is indeed the witch, then there is a high possibility that particular witness is not telling the truth. Do bear that in mind. So the witch must be lying, huh? If that's the case, that must mean a certain person wasn't where they claim they were. That's when the witch must have cast Ignize, right? Take a look in the Grand Grimoire. We're about to find something in there. Oh, yeah, I was looking at that a minute ago. Wait, did I miss something here? Even if the witness is lying up a storm, whatever is inside the Grand... in the GG has to be the truth, right? Yeah, it said, like... Okay, it said... Oh my god. What did it say? Sir DD, do not waste the court's time with any more such ridiculous answers. You're about to get a game over here, buddy. You better watch your step. Sir Doughy Defender. You just said that. Show us the location of the ringmaster's head. Oh, wait a second. Wait. I mean, the location of the witch hasn't really changed just because it's a different person. The witch was still right here, but... Is this gonna work? I got a bad feeling about this, but I'm gonna try it anyway. The witch must have been standing here. Oh, shit. What is the meaning of this? You're accusing your own client here. Unfortunately for you, that spot has absolutely nothing to do with any of these witnesses. But wait. Oh, wait, I might be right. Maybe? Oh, shit. Inquisitor Barnum, I suggest you try taking a look at this. The GG. Yeah, I took it from the library. Look at this, I'm reading now. Ooh, I like his eyes when he's reading. According to this tome print, Ignize summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. There you go. Right, I didn't read the question right. They were asking for the location. I should have given them the location, not the person. In other words, the witch had to have been within 1 meter of the flame when casting the spell. Of course, you needn't say any more, Sir Blue Knight. First off, notice that there is no one else in that area other than the accused. It should also be quite obvious from the sketch that there is clearly nowhere for anyone to hide. True, there aren't any hiding spots. However, make yourself... There is one other possibility. Yeah, make yourself invisible? Oh-wee. Okay, he did it kind of fast there. That wasn't as funny. Most intriguing. Since you seem to love showing evidence, prove it. Yes, come on, prove it! How was the witch able to hide in plain sight? Right there. Oh my god. What do you think, Your Honor? Wait, no, huh? Oh no. I don't have a clue how this is relevant. What do you think, Inquisitor Barnum? I think this mysterious real witch of yours is not the only thing hiding from you, Sir Blue Knight. Huh? Was I right or wrong here? Are you gonna take my point away or what? Perhaps you should focus your efforts on finding some actual evidence. Ah, shit. Okay, well, I would have thought the scepter is how you make things invisible. I guess they were talking about the spell, not the scepter. Okay. Vanished. Yeah. Remember, you have more than just the court record to hand, Mr. Wright. Be sure to check the Grand Grimoire. The GG, which you're not doing right now. I will grant you one more chance. But this time I mean one. No, you don't get another one after this. How's the witch able to hide in plain sight? Okay. Right here. Vanishing spell. Try that. Yes, thank God. Okay. Oh, and then you show him the spear. The scepter, I mean. Which is what I was saying in the first place. Okay. Ignize and one other spell. That's right, the spell Demir. Demir. Oh, it cannot be. Oh, but no. That's right. There was most certainly a witch present at the crime scene, only they were completely I didn't even think about that! That you could make, like, something living invisible? I wasn't sure about that part, or that you could do that. What foolishness! Getting nervous over there? I know it's you. Order in the court. Defender, what are you getting at? You got 1 point left, you better not be right one more time. I thought the witch used Demir to make the tally of magicka disappear. Nah. According to the Grand Grimoire, under the entry for Demir, it causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. In other words, she touched herself! Like the Divinals. What year was that song, anyway? I'll say it's 80s, actually. Supposing the witch were holding the staff in one hand while touching part of their body with the other. Oh, yeah. They would be able to make themselves disappear. Aren't you, like, technically always sort of touching yourself, maybe? I don't know. Are you implying this is the reason for the conflicting number of witnesses? Indeed it is, which means witnesses. Someone amongst you is not disclosing the entire truth, and that person is the witch we seek. I believe this is the most probable scenario. What you got? What other way could Espella have done it? You better think of something. Honorable witnesses, you must have a better imagination than this. You gotta come up with something. You will testify to the court one final time. Tell us exactly what you saw and what you did not see at the scene of the crime. How absurdly absurd. The purpose of this trial is to convict that girl of the crime, is it not? It's to find out whether she did it. The purpose is not to convict. Oh my god. That's right, we are not witches. Well, you're not, but somebody is. Witnesses, I ask that you listen. There is a witch mingling among you. That's right. I'm afraid you are all no longer brothers in arms. The true opponent here is within your own group. Yeah, divide and conquer, baby! The real witch is one of these 5 witnesses, huh? Fine by me. Time to put an end to this trial. Oh, really? It feels like only 15 minutes ago you said we've only scratched the surface, but hey, what we saw and what we didn't see. You wish to know where we all were standing tonight? It matters not. Would the flames not burn just the same? That flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream. I heard the tiniest cry, and then when I turned around, the blighters were roasting, so I rushed right over. I heard the incantation, then the flame suddenly erupted. I'm certain of it. I only saw 3 people there with us. As I said, there were only 3 others present, like that man there, who was stumbling around like a newborn calf. Okay. A most heinous act indeed. No small wonder these witnesses are so confused. A witch amongst the witnesses. What an utterly baseless claim. I don't think so, Barnum. The only baseless claim in this case is of Espella being a witch. It's more than a little likely one of these witnesses is the culprit. These testimonies are bound to tell me who the real witch is. Alright, one at a time here, let's go. You wish to know where we were all standing tonight, matters not, with the flames not burned just the same. Okay, I guess let's get started on this. In other words, you're not sure exactly what happened tonight, is that right? Defender, I fought with burning vigor this night. Do not belittle my efforts. Right. A knight does not just run away at the mere sight of fire. No one even said anything about running away. If I may be perfectly straight with you, the pillar of fire illuminated the area as it rose high into the air. There by the fire was the witch, and excluding the 2 unfortunate knaves, I counted 3 others at the scene. Uh-oh. Is there a problem with that? Is there a problem with that? Excuse me, Miss Kira. What do you want? You look like you had something to say about the testimony just now. Well, it was about the number of people at the crime scene. Have you ever played the Daisy Petal game? Daisy Petal? You mean he loves me not? 1 witness, 2 witness, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are you doing? Oh my god, dude. Oh, what an adorable game. It seems like something out of a fairy tale. You know, it kinda does, doesn't it? You know what else is in fairy tales? Witches! Ha ha ha. Anyway, you may continue your testimony, witness. Yes, you may. That flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream. I bet you couldn't. If you were standing where it said you were on that map, though, I kinda wonder. It must have been pretty terrifying, huh? Yeah, it's the kind of thing you only read about in books. The moment that pillar of fire erupted, I could feel my throat tightening up. It was so difficult to breathe, I couldn't even manage so much as a scream. Quite after all, the flames engulfed the scene in a blink of an eye. Yep, I'm sorry. That's why I can't really remember. So you can't remember the number of people at the crime scene. Naturally, that's understandable, witness. That's also why I was a little late getting to the scene compared to the others. Okay. I heard the tiniest cry when I turned around. The Blighters were roasting, so I rushed right over. Alright. The tiniest cry? It might have been someone saying the incantation for that spell. My memory's kind of hazy on that one. Scared me good, though. Never jumped up to my feet so fast in all my life. Nearly had a heart attack, I tell you. Jumped up? That's right, Mirror. It was still raining cats and dogs, so being the resourceful chap that I am, I decided to doze under the tree for a bit. Who's on first now? You again. You seem to contradict everything this guy says. Wait a minute. Doze under a tree? What are we talking about here? Is everything alright, Mr. Wordsmith? Are you gonna spin around for us like 3 more times, or are we just gonna get to the point here? What is it that you want this time, young one? I just wanted to know if you had any thoughts on the testimony just now. Ah, yes. Thoughts about slumbering under trees, you mean? Slumbering? I often find myself weaving the most intricate of dreams under that very tree. Of course, I could not nap tonight. Not with that uncouth man usurping my special dreaming spot, could I? Are you using this cross-examination to argue over a napping spot? I think he might very well be. Let us hope such arguments do not lead to any criminal acts in the future. Witness, please continue your testimony. Good lord, you guys. These guys are ridiculous, man. I heard the incantations and the flame suddenly erupted. I'm certain of it. I only saw 3 people there with us. Well, I have no problem with that, though. You're absolutely certain. Well, I believe so. But then, when you think about it, can't anyone really be absolutely certain of anything? Absolutely? That's not how she would say that. It worries me that you're saying that in the middle of a cross-examination. I believe the witness means that there is no way she could be certain whether there were 4 witnesses or 5 at the crime scene. Anyhow, there was a matter of great importance that Snowy and I had to tend to. Taking that bucket back, I imagine. You must mean... That's right, the milk! If any soot had gotten into that milk, it would be the tragedy to end all tragedies. And now this guy is... Oh my god.
Hang on.
Okay, let's go. This is going crazy here, man. Can I stop you there, mister? Wow, your beer is very shiny. Mister! Dear God! It's hard to tell who I'm pointing at when there's 5 of them up there, though, I guess. Whoa, tone down the volume, Bluey. That's my line. Does anything come to mind regarding Miss Mary's testimony? Nope, not really. Nothing important, anyways. Just that I think this old lady's full of it. Whoa! We're trying to misdirect a little bit here? I'm talking about the milk, man, the milk. You'll know the second you try the stuff. It ain't nothing to write home about, let me tell you. Well, you would say that, Mr. Alcoholic. What are you saying, you dolt? Who on earth would let you drink anything as delicious as the milk from my farm? A ruffian like you is better served by whatever unthinkable liquid is in that never-ending mug of yours. Yeah, you tell that asshole. Are you guys using this cross-examination to argue over milk? There's a lot going on here, I tell you. Let us hope such arguments do not lead to any criminal acts in the future. Witness, please continue your testimony. Oh man, I don't even know which one we're on at this point. This might be 4 or 5 here. As I said, there were only 3 others present, like that man there who was stumbling around like a newborn calf. Which one of them is that? So including yourself, there were a total of 4 witnesses at the crime scene, correct? That is how it's come to pass. By the way, what do you mean by stumbling around like a newborn calf? Ah, yes, that was a man as inebriated as he was loud. Quite the humorous sight it was, I dare say. He must mean the witness permanently glued to his cup of whatever it is he's drinking. When I saw the flames rise up into the sky, I wondered to myself, my word, whatever could that be? However, I could not simply walk over to check. My knees were a bit weak from shock, you see. That's when the wobbly-legged gentleman came running over. And now... Holy crap! Oh, and all of these have more stuff that would have come after if I hadn't asked the other person to elaborate. Something the matter? Mister! Oh, is this gonna end with... Is this like another... Is this a bunch of dead ends or something? Tone down the volume, Bluey. That's my line. Are we just having a repeat occurrence here? Looks like this guy even managed to scare Barnum half to death. Now then, sir, about Mr. Wordsmith's testimony just now. He claimed you were stumbling around. What does he mean by that? I'm gonna set the record straight right now. In no way was I stumbling around anywhere. I'd like to think of it more like staggering with style. A responsible adult should know better than to go stumbling around in the dead of night. Hey, look, I don't just go stumbling around like some clumsy idiot. I got more sense than that. But anyway, I kind of tripped over a large stone. I mean, you don't exactly see what's on the ground in front of you when you're running at full pelt, right? No, I guess you don't. So you could say I put me life out on the line, proving that you really need to watch where you're going when you run. How courageous of you. Someone give this guy a medal. I hope it doesn't lead to some criminal acts in the future. Lord, this testimony is a meaningless waste of everyone's time. I think everything in the last 10 minutes has been just that. Well, Defender, is there a point to this particular line of questioning? Is there anything worth pursuing here? What should I... Wait, hang on, is there? It's the first time it's come up with this. Let's try it. The witness stated earlier that he tripped over a large stone. Mister, I have one question for you. Why weren't you watching what was in front of you? Because my head was on backwards, I don't know. To be honest, it ain't much of a real reason, but something suddenly caught me attention. Out of nowhere, I sort of heard someone call out my name. You heard your name? Your name? Hey, that's a good movie. Of course, I turned around when I heard it. Who wouldn't? When a woman calls your name, you pay attention, am I right? I said they called out my name. How many guys do you know called Hey You? We don't know his name yet, apparently. He's still some guy. My name is Amir. That would be... Yep. And pray tell, what does that actually sound like? Demir. Or Amir. Amir to make it reappear. Alrighty then. I must say, this gentleman really does not strike me as an Amir. You know, Professor, it's not a very memorable name, huh? That's harsh. Honorable witnesses, is there anyone among you who was aware of this man's name prior to now? Not at all. He's always just been Mister to me. A knight's name is only as good as the name of the sword he carries. It is the first I have heard of this. I dare say I did not expect his name to be one such as Amir. I'm sorry, but I didn't know his name either. I only remember the names of my most loyal customers. Okay, it looks like absolutely no one knows this witness's name. You know, it ain't really much of a surprise to me either. But seriously, I definitely heard someone call me name. When you get to be me age, everything sounds like your name. You really start to wonder when you'll find that true love, you know? I thought the pretty voice might have been my sweet. So it's definitely a woman that called out what he thought was his name. But then we kind of knew that already, I think. Your Honor, I don't believe we should be so quick to label Mr. Amir's testimony meaningless. Would you not agree? I request that the witness add this amusing anecdote to his testimony. Yeah, let's. Understood. Witness, amend your testimony, but please reflect only on the important points of your story. I'm telling you, I heard someone call me name and I was looking around trying to find him. I hurried to the scene, but then I ended up tripping when I heard someone call my name from behind. Let's see what we got here. I don't think I even need to press this, but I am down to 1 point, so let's make sure. Excuse me, Amir. No, don't sweat it, Bluey. Mr. Hey, it's all the same to me. You stated that you heard your name being called from behind. Are you absolutely sure about that? Well, right or wrong, sure sounded like my name. I mean, what else could it have been? I wouldn't have remembered it happened if I hadn't heard something, right? Still, maybe there's a chance I just imagined it, huh? But anyway, I remember it came from somewhere behind me. From somewhere behind you. Something the matter, Mr. Wright. Mr. Amir's memory isn't the most accurate, but what if he says? But if what he says is true, then there's definitely something there. Something, you say? Might you mean a contradiction? More like a confirmation, I think, is what we're going for here. I don't know. There's just something strange about his testimony. I don't see any decisive evidence in the court record that can help. Do you mean to say you found a contradiction that cannot be supported by the evidence? No, we got this. Okay, a little less funny that time. Maybe I'm getting used to it. My lord, this line of interrogation is a complete waste of the court's time. Defender, I must warn you, from here on, any unnecessary questioning will be dealt with accordingly. He is putting the hammer down. If I don't answer correctly here, it's curtains for the trial and for Spella. If you are intent on finding a fault in this witness's testimony, you will need to present decisive evidence to back up your claims. And that ass. There's not a single piece of decisive evidence in the court record. No, not in the court record. There sure isn't. It's a good thing there's something else that doesn't say court record on that screen down there, isn't there? I have an idea. I believe that as a weapon of sorts, with which you may be able to expose this contradiction without the need of evidence. A weapon. Now, Defender, give us your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The defense finds that the witness's testimony... The answer... Got something. Your Honor, the defense believes there is a clear-ass contradiction in the witness's testimony. Yeah, you would. Oh my god! Okay, he held it for a long time that time, golly. What is this? You must be an even bigger fool than I thought, Sir Blue Knight. No, I'm just doing the thing that I usually do. You really do not possess even a sliver of common sense, do you? Oh? Oh, shit. I love Professor Layton's objection. If I may interrupt for just a moment, Inquisitor upon him. Allow me to ask you this. What need is there for common sense in a world that forgoes using it? Oh! Oh! Accordingly, I must humbly ask that you discard such a manner of thinking. Whatever do you mean? You have my utmost thanks for placing your trust in me, Mr. Wright. Let us discuss the one remaining weapon in this cross-examination. The remaining weapon. Well, shoot. This trial has taught us a valuable new technique to be used in the courtroom, has it not? You mean questioning? Right, Professor? Indeed it is, Luke. Each of the witnesses in this trial has given their own account of what occurred. Therefore, whatever one witness has testified, the other remaining witnesses have listened. That gives me an idea. In addition to catching a witness off guard and questioning them about another's testimony, there's one more thing. There's something else we can get from a 5-person cross-examination? Are we going to be doing a lot more of this? Because, geez Louise, it's weird. That's right, of course. Indeed, Mr. Wright. Contradictions. These games are so cozy, too. Just look at that background. Should one witness's testimony differ from another's testimony, then I suppose that in itself can also be considered a contradiction, can it not? Testimony contradicting testimony. Never would have thought of that until now. In all my years, ha ha ha, yes, it's still funny, but I'm not laughing anymore. Enough, Sir Blue Knight, stop laughing at my dabbing! Are you prepared to present to the court evidence proving the contradiction with this witness's testimony? Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. The witness's testimony does not contradict any evidence. It contradicts a testimony. Oh yeah. What are you talking about? It is time, Mr. Wright. Have a look at the touch screen. Oh, here we go. There you will see the testimony of the witness in question, as well as those of other witnesses. Keep your eyes peeled and identify the contradicting testimony. Alright, let's give this another shot, Nick. Wow, long time since we heard from you, Maya. And make sure you don't forget to take a look at the court record, too. I don't think I need to. Then again, I'm getting cocky with 1 HP here. Okay, so we can see his testimony and we can see all theirs, too. Man, I love the 3DS. You hurried to the scene, but then you ended up tripping when you heard someone call you from behind. You wish to know where we all stand tonight, it matters not. That flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream. Okay, so if she is the witch, which I'm still pretty much banking on, then yeah. But why would it matter that she couldn't scream unless she was the witch? It's almost like we're leading with, oh, she's a witch, to prove what we're trying to prove here. It feels out of order, but I don't know, maybe... Well, it gives you hints here too, though, so... I want to, like, make sure that I'm not doing the wrong thing here. It has to be this, though. So, let's do it. Question? Objection. Oh, both at the same time? Holy shitballs! Oh my god, these games, these fucking games are so incredible, man. Ugh, the person contradicting this man's testimony is none other than you, Burglecut. Are you both pointing at me? How do they keep their arms so still? At the time of the incident, that man heard someone's voice call his name. That voice belonged to you, Miss Kira. It could not have been anyone else. And yet, well, he did say it was a woman, so... And yet in your testimony, you've stated that you were in such shock during tonight's events that you couldn't even speak. This is a clear contradiction. See, it could have been the other lady, though, is the thing. What is the meaning of this, Defender? Can you really claim to trust this sham of a witness and this sham of a testimony? Well, if the witnesses are a sham, what are we even doing here? That man's character is beside the point. His testimony is anything but a sham. And boy, you should see his testicles. As he watched the flames erupt, his attention was drawn to a voice behind him, which in turn made him fall over. He heard a woman's voice calling his name, a very concrete reason and reason enough to believe his testimony. No, we all barely got to see it that time. If it is as you say, then explain why you feel this witness is somehow responsible. He heard the voice come from behind him, right? I feel like that's going to come up at some point here. Checking my gems. That's right, why me? People barely hear me when I'm out selling my flowers. That's how soft my voice is. It's like this, more like, and besides, there was another woman at the scene, wasn't there? Yeah, exactly. Me? What are you getting at, young lady? He would never think it was me. My voice sounds more like a raccoon or something. Do you honestly think a woman my age would be out late at night in the forest flirting with questionable men? Besides, I didn't even know this pathetic man's name. How could I have called out to him? That's true too. Nobody knew his name. That's why that's not what they were saying. Neither did I. And even if I did know his name, you really think he's the kind of guy any self-respecting girl would want? Damn. Guys, take it easy, man. Come on, ladies. I'm standing right here, you know? Oh, man. As I was saying, the only person that guy could have heard from behind him was you, Miss Kira. Miss Kira Knightley. The defense wishes to present evidence to prove this claim. Oh yeah, we're not done yet. We got evidence to back it up, to back that ass up. So let's go. To accuse a witness like this young lady here, why, this is simply unheard of. I must warn you, Defender, if you cannot prove your accusation to this court, you will see the underside of my gavel. I'm glad you didn't say something else there. Show us the evidence proving this young lady was the one who called out to this man at the time of the crime. The heart of the cards!
Take that.
Let me see something. What? Oh, I was trying to look at it, but... Take a look at this and you'll have your answer. But I'm pretty sure, like, we're going to use this to say she was behind him. Yeah, see there we go. You see the position of each witness during the crime. The only person that he could possibly have heard from behind him was none other than Miss Kira. There we go. Nice. I picked the stupidest things to laugh at, you know? Listen here, Sir Blue Knight, I will only tell you this one more time. A sham of a witness yields only a sham of a testimony. That's all there is to it. Did you in fact see this flower girl's face? No, now that you mention it. Seeing as I'd fallen down and all, I don't think I saw her face. Okay, but you heard her voice, right? Let me think. This voice came out of nowhere. It was kind of high-pitched. And I guess it kind of sounded like her, but I can't say whether or not it was this girl's voice. And there you have it, Sir Blue Knight. Such a pity. Huh? Yes, a pity. Oh my god, stop doing that. I can't keep laughing like this. My lord, it is clear the defense's claim is nothing but a pointless waste of the court's time. I recommend you deliver unto them a penalty befitting such behavior. Also, they only got 1 HP, so it should be pretty easy for you. Indeed, Inquisitor. Ready yourself, Defender. Here I come. What is that laughter? Pardon me, my lord. You were the you should not be speaking up right now. You need to stay in the shadows here. It looks like you finally arrived at a decision. That means this has nothing to do with me. Tweet tweet, isn't that right, Inquisitor Barnum? What are you saying? I'm saying that it's time for me to stop peddling testimony and get back to peddling flowers. I mean, look at all these flowers left over. It's gonna take until sunrise to sell them if I stay here any longer. Or maybe, my lord, you and the rest of the court would be interested in buying my entire stock of flowers to help the girl out? Oh no, I don't think, retainer! Then it's settled. Now, if you'll excuse me, my apologies for the interruption. You should not have said anything. Well, Miss Kira, it would seem you are beginning to show the court your true colors. Oh, whatever do you mean? Okay then, everyone, it looks like that's that. She's trying to get out of here. Wait, you can't leave yet. This cross-examination isn't over. Oh, that's funny. You say it isn't over, and yet the rest of the court seems to think otherwise. Isn't that right, Inquisitor Barnum? All I can say about that is this. Holy God! Didn't expect that to be that loud. The Inquisition maintains that the real witch is the accused Isabella. This girl is nothing more than a witness. As such, the court cannot force her to stay against her will. This is bad. If they let her walk out now... Nick, do you think she could be... the real witch? Holy shit, dude. You really like throwing around accusations, don't you, Sir Defender? Let me spell it out for you one last time, so even you can understand. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time you spelled something out, would it? I didn't know this name's man at all before today. I still don't remember it. So, how could I have called out to him? Do you get it now? Now then, until we meet again, don't forget to buy some flowers on your way home, everyone. Wow. You don't have a TikTok or anything? You can... well, I don't know if that would work. Can't exactly send flowers over TikTok. One moment, please, Miss Kira. Yeah, that's right. Don't you go anywhere. Is there something else you wanted? Yes, I want to yawn your face. You don't seem to realize what you just let slip. What are you talking about? This man testified he heard his name called at the crime scene. However, you had no knowledge of his name at the time. Is that correct? That's right. This weirdo's just imagining things. Also, here's a flower. Like I said, I've already forgotten his name, even though he told it to us earlier. There was just one problem, Miss Kira. Namely, what the voice he heard tonight was actually saying. Huh? Ooh, you're scared now. What do you mean? That's obvious. It was a name, wasn't it? Now, what was that name again? My lord, I'm still here, you know? Jeez Louise. You're saying that this man heard tonight, what this man heard tonight, wasn't a name, but rather something else entirely? They're making out Layton to be way smarter than Phoenix in this game, aren't they? Something else. Uh-oh. Man, I look like horns there. I look like the devil, sort of. It's kind of cool. It's a stretch, but the possibility is there. Yeah, I know. I know. That's right, Mr. Wright. That simple possibility, that single possibility, is the key to solving this mystery. Is the defense ready to present its evidence to the court? This is ridiculous. I demand you let me go. This incident... Nope. Witness, what you are being accused of is not to be taken lightly. You will not leave this courtroom so long as any reasonable doubt remains. Defender, you may present your evidence. This better be good, let me tell you. Show the court what the voice this man heard tonight was really saying. Booyah! Take it! Excuse me, mister. Excuse me, mister. Don't Anyway, I'm sorry, what was your name again? You've got a name that no one seems to be able to remember for some reason. It's Amir. My name's Amir, darn it. How many times have I gotta say it? Oh, ho, 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 ho. No matter the number of times you say it, you do not look like an Amir. Do you ever look in a mirror? Anyway. Again, I only remember my most loyal customers' names, and he doesn't look like he could afford even a single daisy. Probably not even a petal. Come on, guys, stop kicking a guy when he's down. I didn't expect to actually feel bad for this guy at any point, but here we are. What you heard tonight at the crime scene was not your name. Your name just so happens to sound exactly like a certain other name. Wouldn't you know it? Another name? Yes, another name. Here we go with the book again. The answer is right here in this tome. I'm talking about Amir. Amir? What he actually heard at the time wasn't his own name. Okay, so it was actually... it was the name of a magical incantation. What the... So that was when she went behind him and then reappeared after it was all done, so no one would think. Miss Kira, have you forgotten what you said just a few minutes ago? You quite clearly stated that you didn't know this man's name.
Objection.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Sir Blue Knight, let me get this straight. You're saying that the Amir heard by the witness was actually said by this flower girl, and that it was not his name at all, but rather the incantation of a magic spell? Yeah, keep up, y'all. The defense proposes the following. The true criminal, this supposed witch, is not the defendant, Miss Isabella, but instead the witness who was heard uttering the magic incantation, Miss Kira. She's our witch. Or they're gonna burn her? Because I don't like this burning thing, dude. It's not cool. Use magic to vanish from the scene and try to frame Miss Cantabella instead. I mean, I don't like that she did that part, but... No! Yes, oh yes. Oh, that sounded weird just now. What just happened? Is that girl, Isabella, really not a witch? Unbelievable! I've never heard anything like this. What have we done? What have we done? Huh. Inquisitor Barnum. Have those two really defeated Inquisitor Barnum? Uh-oh. He's like, no, they ain't done that. An impressive display, Sir Blue Knight. It would seem you have finally managed to hone your blade. However, I believe that blade's edge is already beginning to dull. Yeah, Simon Blackwell told me the same thing, but you know what? You should feel my hair. I am referring to a contradiction, naturally. Oh, you got one, huh? Hey, that's my line. My lord, the Inquisition would like to set the record straight regarding what transpired this evening. Yes. Very well, Inquisitor Barnum. Sir Blue Knight, you claim the following. At the time of the crime, the accused, Isabella, was surrounded by the two rogues. Then, in order to frame the accused as a witch, Miss Kira cast the spell Demir and made herself vanish. She was touching herself the whole time. That's so... Anyway, she then moved in closer to the victims. She set him on fire. Ignize. Would anybody have heard that? Well, yeah, I guess they would, but they wouldn't necessarily know. Thus causing the incident seen by our witnesses tonight. Indeed, that does seem to be the claim. The problem is what happened next. There's a contradiction in the defense's account of Miss Kira's movements. Contradiction, you say? In her movements? Don't talk to me about her movements, that's disgusting. Allow me to continue. The witnesses have stated that they each ventured out towards the crime scene. Yeah? What's wrong with this? Which is when Miss Kira the witch made her way to this point while still invisible. When she arrived at said spot, she then cast a mirror and reappeared to join the other witnesses. And there you have it. That is accurate, isn't it, Sir Blue Knight? Yeah, that's correct. Then Mr. Amir heard her call his name. Well then, I have but one question that I would like you to answer. Why would a witch need to do such a thing? Motive? Yeah, you know, we haven't really talked about that, have we? Supposing Miss Kira were a witch, surely she would not have made the conscious decision to reappear when she did. One would imagine she would remain hidden and flee the crime scene. Quite right! That's what I'd do if I was a witch! You're already making plans here, just in case it happens one day. Just in case the storyteller decides to make you one. Given that point, there would be no viable reason for her to recite the incantation. In other words, it is inconceivable that this flower seller, Miss Kira, could be a witch. Well, crap. Oh my god, they can't make up their minds. Their entire truth is based on what other people say. That must be a sad life, I tell you. Inquisitor Barnum just turned this entire trial right around. Just what I'd expect from Labyrinthia's Sword of Justice. Yeah, well, it's all about what she would have done or could have done, but not about what she actually did. Oh. We have voice acting for this. Oh my god! Okay, you're scary. You are scary now.
That's right! You all heard it! It's just as Inquisitor Barnum said! Me, a witch! The idea is laughable!
This is so scary right now, dude. This is almost as scary as Alita Tiala's breakdown in 4-2. We're gonna mention every single case by the end of this. That diagonal mouth she makes, you know? Also, here's a fart. Dude, stop farting so loud! Not good, she's completely bounced back onto her feet. Oh, we were so close too. I can't believe Inquisitor Barnum, can't he see it? Just have to take one good look at her. It's obvious she's the real witch here. Remember, Mr. Wright, at times like this, a cool head will prevail. Mr. Layton, I'm sure you have had to fight your way out of circumstances such as these many times before. This situation is no different. As a defense attorney, what would you usually do at such a time? Turn the case around? What would I usually do? Of course. There's only one thing that can get me out of a situation like this. I gotta flip this case on its head and think outside the box. My lord, I tell you. It would seem the defense has nothing further to add. What? I didn't say anything! Oh. Why, of course, that's because everyone knows the truth. They know that girl right there is the real witch. That settles it then. Go ahead and deliver your verdict, Lord. Oh my god, the yawns are coming full force now. I guess it is like 12:30 now, so... The situation is exactly as you described, Inquisitor Barnum. It really doesn't make much sense for the witch to have used a mirror. Regardless, the defense still maintains that Miss Kira did utter that incantation and make herself reappear. Now the question is, for what reason? If she really didn't have to use that spell, then why use it in the first place? If I can find the answer to that question, then this entire case will start to unravel. What did he say there? Like, why did she need to use the spell? She needed to use it to make herself invisible. She was going to have to reappear at some point anyway, so... I think he's just asking, like, why'd she do it then or something? Most fascinating. Very well, allow us to hear this theory of yours. Rest assured, you still have 1 HP, though. Tell the court why it was necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene. Oh, we're still in the game. Okay, so we are still talking about the motive, then. Yeah. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Hello! Where have we heard that before? The reason Miss Kira reappeared at the scene of the crime was... to become a witness, to give herself an alibi, to cover up her crime. Okay, so it's not... I don't think it's give herself an alibi. Reappeared. To become a witness, I guess? I mean, maybe. Or to cover it up. I don't feel like become a witness is just too simple. Like, if she wanted to get... she could have just gotten away and not been a part of this at all. And then she would have been just fine. Like, becoming a witness wouldn't... Give herself an alibi? You wouldn't reappear at the scene of the crime to give yourself an alibi. It must be to cover it up. I can't think of any other possibility. This has to be the answer. Isn't it obvious she was trying to cover up her own crime? Oh, is that right? Tell me, why would she do that? Well, just give me... oh no! Oh no! Wait, no? Oh, you might be right. I love how these games do that, though. They make you think you're wrong for a minute, or whatever. That will not be necessary, Sir Blue Knight. Huh? Think about it this way. What would she have to hide? If no one could have seen her to begin with. Now she's a marshmallow. Oh my god, she looks like a ghost. That reminds me of, when that girl pulls... Oh, in Case 2-2. When, oh god, I forgot her name now. Oh, Mimi Mini, that was it. Or Eeny Miny, something. Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, I don't know. When she pulls the thing over her head. Yeah, looks like that. Wait, that's the pizza. No, that is her. Yeah, okay. You heard the good Inquisitor. Quit. No matter how you look at it, there'd be no reason for me to reappear. Holy shit, dude. Assuming I was the criminal, that is, what is it? That looks like Akechi from Persona 5. His face after, like, in some part of that game, I don't remember, but he makes that face. Ugh, can't argue with her there. Huh? Who's objecting now? You again? Wow. Professor Layton is just dominating, and I'm not hating it either. Pardon the interruption, but that's not necessarily the case. Mr. Layton? Ugh, so many faces! Explain yourself, Sir Top Hat. You have stated that Miss Kira had no reason to reappear. However, the situation changed and it became necessary for her to show herself. Isn't that right, Miss Kira? Huh? I don't know what this is about, actually. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. It would seem the defense must clarify their argument with evidence. Evidence, Edgeworth, evidence. Mr. Wright, I believe that Miss Kira did not intend to reveal herself at the crime scene. Rather, that something occurred which forced this young lady to make herself reappear. What's so important that she had... Oh no! Wait. We haven't used these yet. Is this... Kira has poor eyesight and wears glasses, but she lost them... Wait, a few days before? Oh. Shit. I was thinking she lost them during the crime scene or whatever. Unless... Or is it just that she has poor eyesight? Is that... I don't know why that would mean she has to reappear, though. Well, let's just keep going here for a second. Defender! Tell the court why it would have been necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene. Ooh, I almost double-clicked there. That would have been bad. Magic scepter, lantern. I mean, it's not going to be the lantern. It's not going to be any of this. It's not these first three. I don't think it's that. Yeah, we brought her back to her farm. Let's get to the truth. Why would it have been necessary for her to appear at the crime scene? I'm sure we can work this out somehow. We haven't used these yet, and I feel like this is one of the last questions we got left to answer, so let's try it. Miss Kira, you usually wear glasses, is that correct? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that part. I do, don't I? It's like I already told you, I lost my glasses a few days ago. Are you absolutely sure about that? Oh, is she lying about that? Did you not in fact lose them tonight during the crime? Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that. She could have been lying about that. Usually the stuff in the court record is always... Well, is it always true, though? I guess it can change depending on stuff you find out. Perhaps you accidentally dropped them while you were committing the crime. Then, as you were attempting to make your escape, you noticed they were gone. Oh! Therefore, you made yourself reappear in order to search for your missing glasses. Could she not search for them while invisible? I guess if she picked them up, though, somebody would see that. Unless she, made those disappear, too. She'd have to pick them up first and then make them disappear, so they would stay in her hands. How absurd. Well, it's like when you touch something, it disappears. Is that what it is? How absurd. Such baseless conjecture. What you propose is fundamentally flawed. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's assume hypothetically that the witch did in fact drop this evidence. That does not explain what purpose it would serve for her to make herself reappear. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying, though. It would still make more sense for her to escape under cover of darkness. Oh, here we go. Layton, tell us where we're wrong here. Unfortunately, Inquisitor Barnum, such a plan was simply not possible. What? Mr. Wright, do you understand what I'm suggesting? Yes? Maybe? It means the reason Miss Kira made herself reappear at the crime scene. Okay, this is it. There's something deeper here. Defender, enlighten us. Why did the witness feel the need to make herself reappear? Someone found her glasses? Oh, wait. Hang on. Well, then they would have seen her if she went to get them back. She couldn't find her glasses. Is that not what we were just saying? That she had to reappear because she couldn't find them? Did she... Wait. Is that the... No. Well, I was going to say, the sound of glass breaking that happened earlier in the crime. Was that actually her glasses, I wonder? Man, that stuff is so good. I shouldn't be drinking it this late at night, though. The one that's most in line with what we've been talking about here is this. Someone found her glasses? That's intriguing, the thought of that. She broke them? No, I'm gonna go with this. The answer is simple, Your Honor. She couldn't find her glasses. She could not find them? Yeah. If you've noticed, she's still not wearing her glasses right now. Yeah, that's right. Hold on a moment, Sir Blue Knight. What does that have to do with anything? That's right, it doesn't change a single thing. Well, just you wait. It's about to. That's where you're wrong. In fact, it changes things quite a bit. Tonight, the two victims were engulfed by flames courtesy of a magic spell. That very instant, 4 witnesses saw the flames erupt at the scene. It was at that point that something you didn't expect occurred. You suddenly lost your glasses. Since she didn't want to leave them behind because that would have been evidence, so she had to go back for them. That's right, you were scared that if your glasses were discovered at the crime scene, you would be suspected of being a witch. Yeah, that's right. What foolishness, even if her glasses were found. She could simply have explained that she dropped them there days before the crime happened. Not really, good sir. Because I'm afraid that is not a possibility, Inquisitor Barnum. What did you say? If you recall, it had been raining quite heavily at the crime scene beforehand. Had she stated that she dropped her glasses before the crime, then naturally, one would expect the glasses to be soaked in water and covered in mud. However, the rain had already stopped at the time the crime itself was committed. In other words... Excuse me. One look at the pair of clean, dry glasses would reveal she had dropped them later, thus implicating her as the witch. Man, I tell you. A pair of glasses, you'd think it would be so much easier to get rid of that. I should have known I was perfecting my rainfall rending technique in the forest. And not once during the rainfall did I see that flower maiden traveling along the nearby path. Okay, so now, yeah, that's not all. Oh, there's more? Oh, there's more. Man, in order to frame Miss Candabella as the witch, you needed to leave this witch's scepter behind at the scene of the crime. Why, see, that would be the most definitive evidence that she is the witch. The objective here was to have somebody else discover the staff at the scene. I'm still wondering about something, like how did she know that the guys were going to be there mugging her in order to do this, unless she was, like, working with them, maybe? The objective here was to have somebody else discover the staff at the scene. Alas, that person was I. However, nobody cares. No doubt you came to realize that one can deduce which spells were used simply by examining the magic gems on the scepter. In this case, one can see that the witch must have used Demir to vanish from sight and make her escape. That's why, Miss Kira, you were left with no option but to reappear at the crime scene. That was the only way for you to avoid suspicion if someone were to discover your glasses at the crime scene. By reappearing, you'd be able to explain that you simply dropped your glasses when you rushed to see what had happened. There you go. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked if she had just stayed disappeared then. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get it now. What do you have to say to that, Miss Kira? What do you have to say to our double fingers?
You know, I've let you both ramble on and on, but playtime is over.
Is it?
So that's it, then? I'm a witch because I dropped my glasses? I must have said it how many times now? I lost my glasses days ago. Were you even listening? I'll say it again. Over 1,000,000 times! I lost my glasses! I lost my glasses! Do you like evidence, Sir Defender? Do you love proof, Sir Top Hat? Then prove I dropped my glasses at the crime scene. Ha! You can't prove it! In other
Is this a breakdown, or...
You lose.
Oh my god, the Akechi face again. Well... Are we at a stalemate here? What's going on? I don't know. It's hard to say at this point, because a lot of this is kind of speculative, it feels like, but I might just be, like, only loosely grasping it, because, like, I still had that question from before of, like, how did she know what was going to be happening, or where Spella was going to be, what was going to be happening to her. Proving such a thing would indeed be impossible. To prove that the witness dropped her glasses at the crime scene, what say you, Inquisitor Barnum? "'Tis indeed a question of proof, me lord. These glasses have been missing from the very beginning. The Knights of the Inquisition found no trace of these glasses anywhere near the crime scene. Therefore, this witness cannot in any way be accused of being a witch." You heard the man. But we were so close. We were always so close, let me tell you. That girl is a witch. Can't anyone else see that? Okay, no, let's not turn into what they are. Oh. See, Layton's not even phased at all. This dude, nothing. This dude fucks. Well, it would seem the young lady has finished what she had to say. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright? I guess so. Yes, it certainly looks that way, Mr. Layton. What the? What's with that face? Do you find something funny here? Her faces are so hilarious. It is as you said, Inquisitor Barnum. Explain. The defense raises just one further question. Why were you unable to find those glasses? What do you mean? You must have searched the area quite thoroughly looking for them. And yet even now, the Knights have been unable to locate those glasses. Did you ever wonder why? Did she make them disappear and they're still disappeared now? Is she wearing them and they're disappeared? Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Yes, that has become quite the mystery. Surely they must be around somewhere. She's like wearing them right now, but they're disappeared, maybe? I know I just said that, but I wasn't sure if I clarified it right. The glasses were lost to the wolf. That's the only explanation. But if she was wearing them in the court, then it would give away that, like... Well, actually, no. There's still one remaining place that you have not searched tonight. What did you say? Yeah. The glasses were supposedly not found at the crime scene, leaving only one other possible place. What is this? You two? What are you up to now? Better get in my defensive stance. Like, oh god, Mayel from E33. I need to get back to that game. I haven't played it in like a week and a half. How about you, Sir Blue Knight? Draw your blade and reveal to the court where the glasses are supposedly hiding. Looks like I've somehow managed to make it through my first witch trial. All comes down to this, the final piece of evidence. Time to clear up this case once and for all. I think you said that like 3 presentings ago. I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. Even though I'm clearly more capable than you. The piece of evidence pointing to the one place not searched tonight is... Okay. Wait. Is it the bucket? The one place not searched. The one place not searched. Oh, maybe the lantern too, though? Yeah, I was thinking earlier, like, when we heard the glass breaking, did we ever, like, establish what that was? Because it could have been her glasses, too, like if somebody stepped on them or something. He's saying the one place. That makes me think maybe they could have fallen into the bucket. I'm gonna try that. Thank God. Tonight, good God. There was one thing that was carried away from the crime scene right under everyone's... There you go, of course, yeah! Well, that even better. Carried away. We're failing up again, folks. I'm speaking, of course, about this. Of course, I didn't know what else it was gonna be. If you're saying place, it's like it had to have... She dropped it or something. That's the milk bucket that disappeared from the crime scene. Thus far, the defense's claim that the glasses were dropped at the crime scene has been regarded as mere speculation. However... If, Miss Kira, we find your glasses within the contents of this milk bucket, is the milk still in there even now? Because that would be crazy. Then all mere speculation will suddenly become fact. Then you'll be in a world of shit, won't you? What manner of witchery? Oh my gosh. What are you talking about? You're crazy, just crazy. You're crazy. No way can my glasses be inside that stupid bucket. That's just impossible. Well, why are you freaking out about it then? Tell us to go check it if you're so sure. How about we quit with the speculation and actually find out? What do you say, Inquisitor Barnum? Straight mouth. That'll just waste the court's time. Don't listen to them, don't! Please? Oh, God. It is mandated that the Knights of the Inquisition investigate any and all possibilities during the course of a trial. Well, thank God for that. My lord, the Inquisition requests that this milk bucket be searched immediately. Somebody just dip their hand in there. Good lord. The judge is gonna do it? Hell yeah, dude. Did you have to pull up his robe sleeves to do it? Oh. Huh. What? What? Oh yeah, we gotta add 5 to the what counter for that. Boom. I don't always do that, but I'm changing the rules and pray I don't alter them any further. Miss Kira, as you can see, your glasses have been found inside the milk bucket. The truth is out. Nothing you say can change that now. Which leads us to the next question. Specifically, a question of when. When did you drop your glasses into the milk bucket? What? Why is this happening? This whole thing is ridiculous. The answer is obvious, isn't it? I dropped them afterwards, after I ran over to see the fire. I took a tiny peek inside that milk bucket. That's when they fell in. Well, then you wouldn't have had to look for them, really, would you? Don't be stupid, child. Also, she took it away before she even got there, right? Snowy and I were at the scene first. We made sure to take that milk bucket before anyone else could get their grubby little hands on it. We weren't going to let a single soul get anywhere near that sweet, creamy bucket of deliciousness. You can bet my farm on that. Each of these 4 witnesses has stated they heard the spell Ignize being cast at the time of the incident. According to the GG, Ignize summons a circle of flame within 1 meter of the caster. In other words, the real witch must have been at Miss Cantabella's side at the time of the incident. Indeed. That is when the glasses fell into the milk bucket. Therefore, there is only one logical conclusion. Only one person who could be the true witch. Still don't understand why she did it, though.
Kira, you are the real witch.
There's gotta be more to this. I don't know, dude. Ugh. Well, oh, well, there we go. Hey, where's this fella? Is this fella one of the witnesses now? What a very strange trial this has been. From the very beginning, we have all paid witness to a most unusual set of circumstances. A baker turned defender, a surprise extra witness, and now a not guilty verdict for the accused? Never have I seen such a spectacle. They be talking. Is this really happening? The girl inside the cage, you mean she's the real witch? But what about that Espella Cantabella girl?
Miss Kira. Tell us why.
Yeah, see, that's what I want to know.
Trying to frame Miss Cantabella.
You could easily have escaped the crime scene without a trace. There was no reason to frame anyone.
Yeah, true.
This crime was a result of nothing but your overwhelming ill intent.
Ooh.
To frame a person as a witch is to condemn that person to death by fire. Surely you must know this. So why Espella Cantabella?
Do you have any idea what it feels like to be a witch?
Can't imagine.
Feels like.
I mean, I've seen Buffy season 4, and 5, and 6, and 7.
I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for these powers, but I have them. And now here I am, begging for my life. I was living such a peaceful life until now. Selling flowers, getting scolded by my boss for not selling enough of them. That's why I was trying to put an end to these trials once and for all.
Put an end to the trials.
You all know what I mean! The one condition written in the story that will end these witch trials!
When the great witch Bezella has been put to the flames and vanquished from this world, these trials will come to an end.
Right, yeah.
This was my chance to finally end all this. At least that's what I thought. The sun had begun to set on that lonely forest path, and there wasn't a soul in sight. I always carried my hidden Telea Magica with me in case of a moment like this.
Telea Magica.
I used my magic to expose that girl for what she really is. If I had been successful, then all these trials would finally end, and I could go on living my peaceful life.
Shit, wasn't I just speculating, though, that Espella was Bezella in that basement when she appeared in front of the mural, and it just looked like they were almost telling us straight out that it was her?
What? What are you saying? Am I hearing this correctly?
I know. I'm not sure I am myself, actually. I've got to pee. I hate this. I don't know how much longer this we got here, but it can't be very much, but yeah, I'm going to pee. Am I hearing this correctly? All right, let's find out.
Actually accusing Espella Cantabella?
Why do you think no one has ever seen the legendary Great Witch? It's because she's been hidden in our midst the entire time. She's protected. She's hidden from us. It's all part of the story.
Part of the story?
Oh my. His voice is reminding me of Merlin from Sword in the Stone a little bit. Not now, dude.
Speak no more. A witch's existence cannot be justified.
Sorry, I was adjusting my UWs over there.
No,
on my phone.
please. I know you've all noticed it too. You could end this. All of this. That girl. It's all because of that girl. I beg you. Please. Please release me. Knights of the court. Isn't it your duty to protect the people of this town? Give me another chance.
That is
Jeez.
Tis indeed a knight's duty to protect. We are impelled to protect the citizens of Labyrinthia against you and your ilk.
Oh,
The
boy.
reason you were offered my protection until now was because your guilt was uncertain. There was the possibility that you were not a witch. The circumstances were such that it seemed another was guilty.
Ah, he's saying exactly the thing. Like, there's the possibility that you weren't, therefore we had to protect you. But isn't that like what I'm doing too?
Disappeared, and your innocence along with it. You now find yourself at the other end of my sword.
Oh shit, dude.
Vile witch, enemy of Labyrinthia, may the fires purge you from this land.
Jeez, I don't want her to get burned, man. I hate that shit. Yes, 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 yes. Here we go.
Please just stop this.
Espella!
If it means putting an end to these horrible trials. Let me take her place. Let me be beset.
What?
Send me to the flames.
No, what are you doing? If she wouldn't say this unless she was. Right?
Please. If it would save her life.
This trial has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this flower seller, Kira, is a witch. And according to the law, all those found to be witches will be executed.
I mean, I get it. I do get that part of it. Why she wants to not have to see this happen again.
He can't mean...
Yeah, were we here when that happened at the beginning? Because that was some scary shit, dude.
Bailiff, ready the fire.
Jeez Louise, dude. How do you do this so easily? You gotta be kidding me. We're gonna do this again?
No! Don't do this!
Wait.
Listen
Hang
to
on.
me. Don't let her fool you! Isabella is the Great Witch! Hear me! There's no time to waste! She's Brazilla! Take her! And then these witch trials will be no more! The witch trials will end!
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I was not expecting this game to, wow, dude. Like, I know there's a lot of sensitivity out there about that kind of stuff, because it did happen. I just didn't think a video game would just so blatantly... Like, I'm not saying that I wish they wouldn't have done it, because I think it's important to preserve history and things like that, and I guess Danganronpa kind of did it with a third case execution and all, but... I'm surprised that they actually did it. That's all there really is to it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just like, ugh. So far, we've always managed to pull off a win and get a not guilty verdict, but winning has never felt this depressing. You're telling me. Oh, Spella, are you alright? Yeah, I just want to thank all of you. You all came to my rescue yet again. Well, yeah, of course we did. Hold on a second, Spella. What did you just say now? You all came to my rescue yet again. You don't... Oh, right, because she doesn't remember the first time. Oh my god, these rats, dude. Somebody... Well, I guess this is like a different time. Yes, I remember everything. I remember the last trial. I suppose that makes this the second time we've met, and the second time all of you have helped me. Mr. Wright, am I to infer that you and Spella have met before? Yeah, it seems that way. You too, Mr. Layton? Perhaps it would be best if we briefed each other on what has transpired. Is that the cats? Anytime the house is empty, I get scared every time I hear a noise. Good lord. It's just the cats, is all it is. Okay, what should we discuss? What happened in London, what happened on the ship. Okay, I guess what happened in London. Isabella paid us a visit in London. She had in her possession a letter from an old acquaintance of mine. Is that right? Mr. Accidenti helped drive Isabella straight out of Labyrinthia. You both kept me safe from the witches that were chasing me. Wait, did you say witches? So they appeared in London, too? Afraid so. Regrettably, I am unable to say that our protection was absolute. When we saw you last, it seemed you'd managed to escape, courtesy of that prassing freighter. That prassing freighter. Oh yeah, that's right. What happened to you after that, Isabella? Well, I rode the ship along the river for a while before arriving at a nearby port. And then, I fell asleep. That's when I met Mr. Wright and Maya. There you go. Okay, what should we discuss? Well, what happened on the ship? I didn't know where the ship would end up. I felt very lonely out there. Please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm afraid there was nothing else I could do to prevent it. But, like, she was all in a school uniform, and she had, like, Miss Darklaw, so it was like she belonged there. Like, people knew her. So, well, I guess Miss Darklaw would be from the book, too, but maybe she's, like, the enforcer that, like, when somebody escapes from the book, she goes to retrieve them and get them back. But then why did she want us to get a guilty verdict, I wonder? Huh. Please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm afraid there was nothing else I could do to prevent it. No, no, please don't blame yourself, Mr. Layton. I just didn't know what to do, so I tried to look for anything on the ship that might help me. Boy, you sure found something all right, or rather someone. You ran into a master thief working as part of the ship's crew. Yeah, that's right. Did you say master thief? Crikey, that's amazing! I wouldn't exactly say it was amazing. After that, I was taken to court, and that's when Mr. Wright helped me. Oh, I see. Then perhaps, somewhere deep within your mind must have existed a memory of that previous trial, and of Mr. Wright. Hence why you thought to seek out his help when you found yourself in such an unfortunate situation this evening. That makes sense. After all, Nick did make legal history that day in jolly old England. Suppose he did. Did you say he made history? Wow, that's incredible, right, Professor? I wouldn't exactly say I made history, oh my god. But then after that, I was never able to find my way back to the Professor. Even after I went through the pains of finding that clue, it ended up being taken away from me. A clue, you say? Oh, is that why... This is like tying back into the first case here. The tag that was hanging around the neck of that sweet little stuffed toy. Yep. That tag was a clue. A clue for what? A clue for what? Okay, what should we discuss? The tag. Jeez Louise, I can't believe... I thought this was going to tie in way later. That's what they usually do, but I had a lot of time to think while I was on that ship. Well, I don't know though. I guess in the investigations games they did kind of... Anyway, thought about a lot of things. Like how to try and find a way back once the ship arrived at its destination, things like that. Find a way back? The way back to Mr. Layton and Luke. They were the only ones... Crap. I didn't mean to double-click there. The pleasure was ours, Isabella. We helped you, blah blah blah. Yeah. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember the name of the town where they lived. Oh, you mean London, Isabella? Well, yeah, now let's just say it. It seems so easy to remember. That's what was written in Carmine's letter to Mr. Layton. Oh, what, right? It said London on the tag. Is that how she was wanted to... Or like how she was able to remember the name of the town? Or something. Also, that was written in Carmine's letter, yeah. The blue teddy bear I found in that room was wearing a tag around its neck. Sorry, Bella, but PC Badger looks nothing like a teddy bear. On the tag in very small letters was written London, yeah. I recognized the name of the town and I thought it might be an address. That's because that stuffed toy was used in a special promotion run by the London Metropolitan Police, the LMP! Oh, that's right. Bella, you must have known that address was super important, so that's why you kept the tag, right? That way, you could meet up with Mr. Layton and Luke again. I just felt so lonely and helpless. Understandable. I wonder, though, who do you think really did it? Hit Olivia over the head with a pipe, I mean. Yeah, we still don't know that part, do we? Freaking Olivia, man, I tell you. What's this? What is what? Oh yeah, I guess we never did find out who the real culprit was. It's funny how they're remembering the case better now, like the small details of it, Phoenix and Maya, I mean. I do believe we may have some connection to the group of witches. What? You mean the witches that were chasing us through London? Too right. Indeed, it could be that they noticed your escape on that ship and managed to infiltrate their own way on board. Really? Oof. So, you're saying there was some big scary witch lurking around the inside of that cargo hold? Oh no. I'm afraid there is a rather high possibility that that was the case. Those witches were intent on seeing you brought back to Labyrinthia no matter what. However, in order to do so, they had to make certain you did not become entangled in any situation that may stall your capture. In other words, the situation with Miss Al Dente, you mean? Freaking Al Dente. Precisely, and that other guy who was eating the chocolate. My god. They must have knocked that crew member unconscious and attempted to recapture Isabella before the police could arrive. However, their plan was clearly foiled, given that you ended up in court regardless. That's when she became my client. I just can't clearly remember anything that happened back then. Do you think there's a possibility that someone was pulling Isabella's strings through the entire trial? Hey, maybe you're right. There was something a little strange about Isabella at that time. There certainly was. Mr. Wright, Espella was introduced to you at the time as a schoolgirl, is that correct? Yeah? Oh, we're touching on a lot of stuff here, man, I tell you. She would have had no knowledge of the world outside of Labyrinthia. That being the case, having her stand in an English courtroom as she was would pose a serious problem. Meaning that someone must have been attempting to cover up Espella's identity. But Professor, could someone really do that? Huh. That they could indeed, Luke, and if it is as I suspect, I believe our adversaries may be far more powerful than we originally thought. I need a sip of water. Just exactly who or what are we dealing with here? We have no idea. Oh, hey Maya, how's it going? Hey guys, let's head back to the bakery for now. Boy, that sounds good right now. I bet the boss is waiting for us with one heck of a pastry feast. The charity ass eating. Oh, actually, you gotta leave again? You can't go home just yet. You couldn't go home yesterday either for some reason. Oh. Well, there are still a couple of legal procedures to be taken care of before I can go home. Oh. You have to sign the affidavit, you know, just like the guy in case 1-2, that bellboy or whatever. Please, you all go on ahead without me. Was that him, or was that someone? No, that was the guy in case investigations 1-5. That happy guy or whatever. Is that so? Very well. I really must thank you all. Thank you so much for everything. Well, you're welcome. Alrighty then, Espella. Catch you later. Yes, later indeed. In the next case, I'll be the defendant. Again. I don't even know where that next case is going then. What are they doing out there? Those cats are crazy, I tell you. Mr. Wright, please allow me the pleasure of a proper introduction. My name is Herschel Layton. I am a professor of archaeology in London. A professor? Huh. Well, my name is Phoenix Wright. I'm an attorney. As I suspected, you are no ordinary baker after all, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I thought it was pretty weird myself, to be honest. I mean, I really did believe I'd been a baker all my life. But the more everyone kept saying it, the less sure I was that it was actually true. It's like I was living in a fake world or something. Just where did that memory come from, anyway? Yeah, I guess being in the court, it all kind of came back as I was doing it. Same as, like, you know, your instinct to say objection or to point or to do whatever. Hey, Professor, if Mr. Wright is an attorney, that must mean he's as smart as you, right? Oh, no, no, don't go that far, Luke. I don't think so. Oh, I can't really say. Yeah, we don't know yet. Well, I think I know, but... behind every ace attorney, there's an even smarter, not to mention beautiful, witty, and utterly amazing ace assistant. Ace assistant. I think you also forgot humble. My name's Luke Triton. I'm the professor's apprentice. I'm Maya Fey, and you're gonna be my new little brother. And Nick here is my apprentice. Isn't that right, Nicky boy? Little Nicky. Hey, wait, why am I your apprentice? Because that's how it's always been. Let's get burgers. Anyway, should all go back to the bakery. Let's get a bakery burger. Oh, I love that alliteration. I'm sure Espella will be back before we know it. I would not get your hopes up about that, Sir Blue Knight. Oh, hi. Ooh, yes. Oh, look at you from the front. Damn, you are so Fire Emblem, I'm telling you. Inquisitor Barnum. Most impressive work tonight. 'Tis a shame you have kept such ability hidden until now. Trust me, Nick's lawyer abilities beat the pants off his baking abilities any day of the week. Oh no, that was funny. Come on, you can laugh. Okay, moving on. What do you mean by that, Inquisitor? Why can't Espella go home? New charges have been brought against Miss Espella. You're not serious. What? No way, that can't be right. Oh, but no. You have realized it, haven't you? She's being charged under suspicion of being the Great Witch Bezella. You're gonna accuse her of being Bezella after... What? Oh my god. The only reason you think that is because that other witch said she was, and yet you burned her. Okay, so did you believe her or not? Oh my god. Why would you... If it turns out she is Bezella, you're gonna feel real bad for burning the person who alerted you to the fact that she was. Oh my god. How can that be? Am I to assume that charge is based purely on Miss Kira's accusation? Yes. It must not be, then. It must be something else. It was not I who made the decision. Huh? Regardless, the girl will return to court at the appointed time for further trial. Until then, I am to seek out any and all evidence pertaining to the Great Witch. Which they were probably doing mostly anyway, so... Pardon me, Inquisitor. When exactly is this appointed time? Tomorrow! The investigation into this allegation will conclude on the day of the storyteller's next parade. That would be 2 weeks from today. Oh, 2 weeks. That's a nice long time. Following our investigations into the matter, the trial of the Great Witch shall proceed. What the? It would appear the girl has been withholding a dark secret from you all. Espella. Espella Cantabella's questioning is set to begin shortly. That means visiting hours are over. I recommend you leave immediately. Yeah, well, the terms visiting hours don't apply to me. I'm Robin Williams, bitch. No, I'm not. Oh my god. Espella, the legendary Great Witch Bezella? There's only so many ways this can go. I mean, she either is or she isn't. I'm gonna say she isn't. The story that dictates the fate of an entire town, and now a so-called Great Witch named Bezella. Most intriguing. Well, the thing of it is, like, also, like, how much of this is actually, like, who's deciding? Is the storyteller making her the witch, or was that, like, already predetermined or something? It would seem to me up to us to uncover the answers to these mysteries. Yes, indeed, but how are we supposed to manage it all in 2 weeks? Where are we going to find any evidence? Maybe we'll find it in the bathroom. You know, I was thinking, how do you address a great witch? Hail to thee, O magnificent magical one? Or maybe just, what's up, witchy baby? What difference would it make? She's called a great witch. That's not someone I'd ever want to meet. Don't be too sure. I believe I've thought of a solution to our problem. It's actually rather simple. Professor Layton? Allow me to explain, Mr. Wright. The only way we may be able to solve the mysteries of this town and its residents is if we join forces. Oh, I thought you'd never ask. He's right. We've come this far. There's no way we're just going to give up on Espella. Okay, I'm on board. I look forward to teaming up with you, Professor. Me too, Luke. Me too, Maya. Aw. Now then, shall we press on? This marks the beginning of our own story, one dictated by ourselves and written by our own hands. Well, if you're listening to this video to help you sleep, then I hope you're sleeping right now, but if you're not, feel free to feel free to take that slider and move it back to the beginning and right-click the video and put it on loop, baby. That's what I always do. Credibility. Oh, God, we were at 1 HP. Man, I want to do that over. I don't think this matters that much, though. Is it going to matter? I really hope not. Okay, can we save? We're going to save. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that next time. I'm not going to, like, start it yet because whatever. So, still recording here. Yes, we are. 2 hours. All right. All right, well, I'll see you guys in chapter 3, I guess, is where we're going from here. So, looking forward to it.